good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is where you're at. Welcome, 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 everybody. I love your stinking faces. I miss you. No, it's only been 2 days, but I started to get my own, uh, you know, feeling shitty that I'm not here. Is it Earth Day? Is it really Earth Day? Is it Earth Day? I used to go to Earth Fest, an Earth Fest every year in Boston Commons. I used to go to Earth Fest, and I remember Earth Fest being right after my dad passed in May one year. And I remember hearing, it was just like maybe a week or so after. I remember hearing Eagles, Hotel California, which was one of my dad's favorite songs. And it was on during like a break, had like bands playing, and there was like a break. And that's the song that came on. And I was like, it's not a song that just pops on, randomly like that. It's an old, old, old song. So to me, it was a sign for my dad saying hello to me. For me, that's what it was. So I guess happy Earth Day. Um, yeah, as you guys know, my health isn't great. And so sometimes I have to take a break. I push myself pretty hard. And I do that not just for me, but for you. I do it for both of us. Um, but sometimes I have to learn, like, it's just not always possible, right? It's just not always possible. And sometimes I have to woosah. But I have been working on something important to me and something I'm sure important to other people that I am now calling the Shield Project. The Shield Project, in not so many words, is hopefully more than one creator, not just myself, but more than one creator, person, people, whatever, will decide that they would like to be a part of the Shield Project. And so basically, we operate on the principle of accountability over cruelty. Um, while other people monetize just lying and drama, we document the human cost of digital exploitation, right? The Shield Project is committed to a standard of civility, right? Instead of cruelty and torture via digital. Um, it seeks basically to restore safety to the digital landscape by proving that the truth is the ultimate shield against a bully, and that people can stand up and say, this is not okay. This is not an okay thing anymore. We're not going to put up with this. And so for me, it's for every single victim who's had to deal with Aiden's nonsense, his bullying tactics, his threats, his use of third parties, all of it, right? All of it. Because at what point do we start coming together to say, enough is enough, right? We're not going to keep allowing this to continue. So the Shield Project is near and dear to my heart. We shouldn't have digital bullies, and we shouldn't have digital torturers. And at this point, that's what we've been dealing with for quite some time. If you do not agree with the sewer turtle or his clan, then you shall be shamed or lied about or whatever into oblivion. And that's just not acceptable by any stretch of the imagination, no matter who you are, right? The standard is to restore safety to the digital landscape. So to document this shit and not allow it, because it can't just be, it is brand new, because I have been working on making it. I have been working quietly. Hello, can we keep it real? Behind the scenes for a while now, talking to our lawmakers about maybe some bills that we can pass here in the state of Massachusetts, at least starting here in the state of Massachusetts, that can stop this kind of behavior, this kind of using third parties to harass other people and then claiming, that you're not responsible when you're certainly using things like dog whistles to do it, right? Yep, the sewer turtle. He hates when you call him that. So, don't call him that too much, because, he might cry about it. He might throw a little tantrum. He might throw a toddler tantrum. So I actually took a lot of care when making the Shield Project and its design, I guess, because I wanted it to be bold, in bold colors. I wanted it to show that, like, the justice system might be behind when it comes to the digital age, but it will not be behind forever when it comes to this shit. Like, this is not okay. And so I hope that many other creators and just people in general say, you know what, I'm going to get into the Shield Project. I'm going to work with Elise in the Shield Project and stop this shit from happening, because guess what? Numbers matter. Numbers matter. We can't keep allowing this shit. It's not acceptable. How many lives? How many lives do we have to go through that have to be destroyed, lied about? And it goes on. It doesn't just stop. If you think that it just stops, you've lost your fucking mind. You've lost your ever-loving fucking mind. It doesn't just stop. It doesn't simply just stop. The mental and emotional toll that digital harassment, digital torture takes on people is disgusting. Okay? It has led people to want to unalive themselves. And you guys know how I feel about that, considering, my dad, that is the way that my dad left this earth. I cannot listen to another person say to me, if I just unalive myself, then maybe all the harassment and lies will stop, because that is not the solution, right? That's not the solution. The solution is for people to stop being afraid and to come together and start making phone calls and start writing letters and be a part of the Shield Project, working together to document and take that documentation to our lawmakers, to our senators, and demand accountability, to our DAs, to our attorney generals, and demand accountability. Because this isn't just happening in Massachusetts, right? We have Sewer Turtle working. Technically, the feds should be dealing with digital harassment. It is an actual charge, an actual federal charge. And the amount of times they've been tagged, I can't even fucking imagine. Oh, he's going to have quite a rude awakening. And it's not just one day, it's lots of days coming. And it's unfortunate, because maybe if he ever learned to learn his lesson and just to leave people alone, and he wouldn't have that fucking problem. He wouldn't have that fucking problem if he just left people alone. My crime was simply not lying for him. Let's remember that. My crime was not lying for him about him cheating on his wife and 3 other women. So 4 women total, I believe it was. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So that was my crime, is I was asked a question and I didn't lie about it. It wasn't my job to lie for him. It's nobody's job to lie for him. You shouldn't feel like you have to lie for someone or they're going to make shit up about you. That's fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. The lawyer, the DUI guy, some of these people really, I'm saddened by the shit that they have done. I try to be prompt, my friend. I try to. Although sometimes I am late. I can tell you that. I'm not always prompt when it comes to, I always have some digital issue that keeps me from being right on time, but usually I'm here promptly. It's time for change. It's time for change, and it's time for us to work together for that change. It can't be a 1-man or 2-man show. It can't be a 3 or a 4-man show. It can't be just a creator or 2. It has to be people in general. It has to be people in general getting together, like I have done behind closed doors, like I know other people have by themselves, and making groups, maybe by state, maybe by region, whatever it needs to be. The Shield Project is something that I am excited about, because we need some change. This has been 10 plus years of him destroying lives, and now he has other minions that are creators that, because they're raking in money, they're going to keep doing whatever it is he tells them to, because if they don't, they lose that money, and also then they just get, shamed and blamed. And he'll just say whatever. He'll destroy their lives too. So what do we do about it, right? What the fuck do we do about it? Well, the Shield Project is a way to do something about it. It is a way to do something about it. It's a way to come together and expose the tactics of a digital bully, of coercive control, of DARPA, and make sure that the system can't keep allowing people like him to get away with it. One of the things I want for the Shield Project, and this goes for any state, is mandatory every 6 months classes for judges. Mandatory, not bi-yearly like it is right now. It's every 2 years. And I assume it's probably an hour or two class. That is not sufficient. That's not sufficient training for a judge to see Darvo in a courtroom and see the way that it behaves, right? I want mandatory every 6 months, full day training on coercive control and Darvo, period. Abuse isn't just physical, okay? These patterns have been going along with him for a very long fucking time. He plays the victim. He tries to use the response, reactive abuse, to try to claim they're the bad one or they did bad things to him. He pushes and pushes and pushes until they have no choice but to fight back or go away. The going away didn't work. For 10 years, they've been going away. That's what allowed him to get to this point. And so people started fighting back, and now that's being used against them. No. Now, maybe if we had better trained judges that had mandatory trainings that weren't just an hour, that weren't just bi-yearly, maybe they could recognize it when they see it in a courtroom. But right now, we have a problem where they're not recognizing it. And that's a fucking problem. That's a large fucking problem. We need to fix that problem. We do. Because they're not going to fix it on their own. Bottom line. Without public pressure, without people like us, guess what happens? Nothing. Nothing happens. Nothing. You know? I've had to do that before. It's not likely that I will change the time. So although sometimes people have to be like, at least it says PM. You have to change it to AM. Why does it say 11:45 PM? And I'm like, oh, shit. My bad. My bad. But usually if I am running like late and I set the time, I'll just pop in a chat and be like, just give me a second, guys. Just give me a leeway this week. It's school vacation week and I had a lot of doctor's appointments this week and there's a lot going on health-wise with me. And so, this week might be a little chaotic. So just bear with me on that. But I don't think I could move it back 30 or 40 minutes. I think I've only done that like maybe 2 or 3 times total. And I think that was because I had a phone call from a doctor and I had no choice but to take obviously the call. I don't think he'll ever realize how much damage he's done, Dan. I don't think he has the capacity. Hello, darling. Hello. I don't think he has the capacity to give a fuck about the damage he has done. And that's the thing. No, he does not think that Karen's going to be buddy with him again. He needs other people to think that. There's the difference. He needs other people to fucking think that. That's what he needs. He needs other people to think that so they'll donate to him because they think they're donating to her. That's what he needs. So he needs to keep saying shit like this because that's the only way he's going to get people to donate to his defense fund now. I'm excited about the Shield Project. So just know, even when I'm not here, even when I'm not here physically, like I was still working on, what I wanted for the Shield Project the last couple days and how I wanted it to work. I just don't think that it's going to change if we don't help change it. As far as I know, the next one is May. And yes, I do think that that's the other thing. He wanted to do a fundraiser on Mother's Day. Like, what kind of selfish piece of shit does a fucking fundraiser on Mother's Day? Hello, Rando? Like, who does that? What the fucking hell? How the fuck? How in the actual fuck? How? That's a great question, Sarah. Oh, God, I've probably done that before 2028. That's a great question. So the answer is get involved, right? What I'm hoping to do at this point is set up areas. So depending on what area of the country you're in, or even if you're in another country, you can help with this. This is not just, in this country. Like, you can still write letters, you can still write emails, you can still help in some way, shape, or form, whether that be documenting evidence and getting it over to me, whether it be writing letters to as soon as I have enough people in the Shield Project to delegate things to, then that's exactly what we're going to start doing. I have been doing stuff like this for 20 years. So this is my bread and butter of knowing, like, how to talk to a lawmaker, how to try to get questions and answers to them that they need to hear. Some of them don't even know about this stuff. They're not well versed in what is happening. You literally have to tell them, okay? And so for me, I just need enough people to want to help, right? And that's going to take quite a bit of people. And so I am hoping that not just you, wonderful, amazing people, but other creators or other writers or other independent media people will want to help with the Shield Project so that we can get some changes going. We need this to stop, right? Petitions aren't sometimes aren't the best way to go, only because a lot of times they just get, you do all this work with a petition and it just sits there. It doesn't really do much. It shows that people have a effort to want to care about it, but it doesn't really do much in ways of changing anything. Your best bets are always to talk to your lawmakers and to write emails, to write letters, to make phone calls, to gather together, to try to get meetings, whether it's via Zoom or in person, and show them evidence, show them what is happening, show them in a way that they can understand that it could be their family member that could go through this. And so this is something that you need a lot of help with, right? I can't do this on my own, bottom line. And sometimes I feel like I'm in that sort of box on my own because I will not conform to what the anti-free Karen Read side wants me to be, and I won't conform to what the free Karen Read side wants me to be. I am just me, and I won't conform to anybody anyway at all. Like, I am me, and I'm not going to conform to what one side or the other wants me to say or do. Sorry, not fucking sorry. I am not one of those people that it's just going to bow down. I can't do it. I won't do it. I need to do what's right, not what people want me to do. There's a big fucking difference. I can't believe you said that. You didn't know what the big day was for Mother's Day. We have one day a year to celebrate us as mothers, but no big deal, right? No big deal. I often tell my husband, because, we don't have a ton of money to go out for Mother's Day, but I often tell him, like, there isn't really much I want to do. I'm not a fan of, like, having him pay $100 just to take me out to, like, lunch or dinner on Mother's Day. Not a fan of that. I feel like we could spend time as a family, like going to like the arcade, because I'm like a big kid, right? Like, I would rather go paintballing or go in the arcade or something with my kid than have him spend $100 on like dinner and make like breakfast for dinner or something with him and the kids. Like, I just feel like that's funner than, you know, spending $100 on someone just bringing you to lunch. But that's me. Some people prefer the lunch because their kids are older and they, come from out of state or whatever. But that's just me. Mother's Day is not about him, but per usual, what does he try to do? Make it about himself? Isn't that amazing? Us mothers, and to be fair, I actually celebrate my friend who's been a single mother basically her entire kids' lives on Father's Day too. Me and my husband have taken her out to dinner a couple times on Father's Day and Mother's Day just to show her, like, she doesn't have a lot of alive family left. I don't either. And so there is really nobody to celebrate her. And so we took it upon ourselves to make sure that we celebrate her, like she's a mom and a dad and does it all in one. And single dads do the same thing. They're a mom and a dad, so they deserve to be celebrated on both days. Like, that's bottom line, in my opinion. My dad was a single dad at one point. And so I don't forget the single dads, believe me. Yeah, North Carolina, New Jersey actually has cyberbullying laws. I mean, we have them. See, that's the thing, LTG. We have cyberbullying laws. Most states have them. But guess what? They're not being enforced, right? The cops are using that thing that they're allowed to use and the DAs are allowed to use, which is called discretion. And they're using discretion to just not do anything about it ever. So that's great that there's a law on the books, but if they choose to just do nothing with it, what good is a law on the books if our DAs and our counties and our cops are too fucking afraid to actually implement it? And that's what we're seeing here in Massachusetts, is their cops and DAs are too worried about being harassed by Aiden and his minions and losing their jobs that they won't do their jobs. Now, that's a fucking problem. That's a huge problem. We need a bill on the books if this is not something they're allowed. So when it comes to domestic violence, they're not allowed discretion of like, oh, you're not arresting someone. They have to arrest someone. right? They have to. So we need to tweak that law a little where no discretion anymore is allowed. If there is probable cause, there is probable cause, and they need to take it. They can't just ignore it anymore. A multitude of other things need to happen as well. But that being the first and foremost is no more of this, oh, they're allowed discretion to just not do anything ever. You signed up for this fucking job. You signed up to be a DA. You signed up to be a cop. Do your fucking job. Do your goddamn job. You know? Do your fucking job. That's just crazy. So I have contacted law schools, but they're very busy, right? They're extremely busy. Harvard has like a little law clinic, you can call it, I guess, where they work on things sort of like this. But until the law schools see a very large push where they think it's worth it, they're not going to take something like that on. So, like, that's what I mean. Like, I can't do it alone. There has to be more interest and working together. You know, you have to. I can't believe he actually said something about Mother's Day. Like, what the fuck is wrong with him? You know what I mean? Like, what in the fucking, why do we need Mother's Day? Gee, I don't know. Like, of course he tries to make Mother's Day about himself. I hope he did get pushback, because I mean, to try to say something like just fucking crazy to me, you know? I agree. Absolutely. It's absolutely a thing, and everybody should be aware that it's a thing. The Shield Project is important to me. It's important to me. And I hope that other people will get together and decide that it's important to them too, you know, because it's important to me. Oh, I love that, Rando, giving your mom a present on Father's Day. I love that. You know, I love that. It's amazing. Well, that's the thing. I don't need it. I don't need a grad student's help to start small like that. I can do that on my own. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need help with that stuff. Like, I can do that myself. I've done that myself for a long time. Um, and it is their generation, but so I've talked to Harvard, and what the point is unless they see that there's like a good push for it, they're not going to just take it on because they have other bigger things that they're going to take on, right? So you got to do the footwork first. The bottom line is the footwork always has to be done first before places like that are going to be willing to take something like this on. And this is just the beginning. So the Shield Project is going to take, it's going to take time. It's not instant, right? It's not instant by any stretch of the imagination. I don't have any. Honestly, I don't. My sister usually, her fiance takes her and the kids out, or the kids are watched by his mom, and he takes her out. And my other sister is not a mom, and she's disabled mentally, so she's got the mind of like a child. So a lot of the times she doesn't really want to. She'd rather be home than going out anywhere, unfortunately. So really it's just me and my immediate, which is, again, I don't have a lot of family left alive. I have, my aunt. I have one aunt who has no kids, no husband, no wife, no nothing, just her. And that's my biological dad, who can't get out of a wheelchair. And that's and just my kids and my husband. That's it. I don't really have my sister. That's it. I don't really have much else alive family. I have a brother. He lives in Florida, so I won't be seeing him. And I have one grandmother in Florida who is going through her third bout of cancer in her 80s. So I won't be seeing her. Usually we do like a Zoom or a Facebook check-in just to say hi and stuff. But no special plans other than maybe wanting to go with my kids and be a kid, because I'm kind of like a kid and I don't get to do stuff like that a lot. My mobility is not what it used to be. And I can't handle a ton of walking. So, in a place like a arcade with the kids, you can play a couple games and sit for a minute, let the kids play some games, and it makes the kids happy, it makes me happy. And we go to the prize booth and pick out, whatever the kids want to pick out together. So for me, I'd rather do something like that than just like go out to dinner or something. But the fact that he tried to take over the shit is amazing. It's amazing. My mother's alive. She didn't pass, but I don't really have a mother-daughter relationship with my mom. I was in foster care. My grandparents kind of took the reins when I was a kid, before I was in foster care. And so my grandparents did a lot of the raising of me. And so my grandmother's been gone since, I don't know, my youngest was just about a month and a half old. So, 8 or 9 years now. So my grandmother was like my mom. So she's been gone quite a few years. I know, I'm like a little kid. I'm like a little kid. Arcade, like I'm in on that. Like arcade, let's do it. Like that sounds like fun to me. So we have let's see right here. Hold on. Jason shared something and said, this is, of course, messages from people who think they know what the fuck they're talking about. Now, a lot of this is shit that I deal with on the daily, right? People on the internet who think that they know shit that they don't know. People on the internet who have these large fucking opinions about people they've never met and know nothing about other than what the sewer turtle tells them, which is cold-faced lies. So this person says, Meredith lost her job. She's skin and bones. She needs money. I come in peace. I would never want to see anybody in that condition. However, if you want me to keep Meredith's name out of my mouth, I will do exactly that. Enjoy your evening. This is very much a crisis. She lost her job. She has skin and bones. And regardless if she did it to herself, she needs help. Believe me, she was not kind to me, but as a mother, I know she needs help. Not for nothing, but if you really gave a fuck about any of these people, ooh, cosmic bowling, that sounds fun. Then you would know that this is all caused by Aiden. And she is one of the many people that he has done this to, right? So if you think that that's bad, maybe you should think that the shit that Aiden does is bad. Stop putting the blame on everyone else but him. So Jason put a message from Meredith. While I thoroughly enjoy all the misogynistic commentary about my body from people who have never met me, many of whom I've never ever spoken to, and some I'm certainly no longer in touch with, I hate to disappoint you, but I'm not withering away. I'm perfectly healthy and stronger than ever. What's actually concerning is the number of people I don't know making obsessive parasocial assessments about my life and my body. I'm not on Twitter and have no plans to return. Yet the constant dissection of me driven by one person and echoed by others is genuinely creepy and unhealthy. You're missing your own lives focusing this much on mine. To those who have stood by me, thank you for your support. So this is the shit that just gets me, right? Oh, he's so gross. He's so fucking gross. It's just like, is this real life? Like, is this real fucking life? And this is the shit that I deal with, right? Like, people who make these large assumptions about me or my life, they know nothing about me. Not a single fucking thing about me. They don't know anything about me or about my life. I can always tell an Aiden fake account because he is the only person on planet Earth that is like obsessed with the fact that I was a dancer. He's literally the only person that needs to talk about how I was a dancer and how I was an addict one point in my life. Like, newsflash, buddy, you wouldn't know that unless I told everyone, right? I did. I'm the one who told everyone because newsflash, don't care. It wasn't a secret, right? Wasn't a secret from anyone. It was not a fucking secret. It's not something I kept a secret. It was never a secret in my family or my life, not for my friends, not for my family, not ashamed, right? But he's the only person on planet Earth that is obsessed with the fact that I was a dancer and I used to be an addict. So he tries to use those two things together. Like, you're just a washed up stripper. Like, buddy, first of all, to be a washed up stripper would mean I was still dancing. Not dancing. I retired after 10 years of dancing. So I don't know how one is a washed up stripper without being a stripper anymore. Dumbass. That doesn't even make sense. I'm the one who retired, you fucking idiot. Also, so the sock accounts that he makes, I can pretty much tell they're him because he's the only one. Mike actually pointed out, he's like, maybe he's just jealous because he has some like sort of weird sexual tension. You must think you're hot or something. So he like constantly has to talk about how you were a dancer. And I'm like, you know what, Mike, you might be right. You might be fucking right. What a weirdo. Sorry, not sorry. It's like, we don't have those things in common. Nobody wants to pay you to take your clothes off and no one wants to see you dance, sir. Okay, we've seen it. It's horrible. Don't do it again. All right. Well, that's the thing. He does need to be kept away from human society. In my opinion, again, he is a oxygen thief, an oxygen fucking thief. I mean, that's the other thing. Like, he can't stop mentioning anyone, No, that's actually a real account. That's an account I've seen many, many a times. I believe it's an anti account, if I'm not wrong. But these people who feel the need, feel the need to talk about other people's lives when they know nothing about it is fucking quite amazing to me. It is quite fucking amazing to me. It is. It just simply is. You don't know a single thing about people other than what the sewer turtle tells you. Don't you think at some point you start going, what the fuck? Never mind the fact that, like, a lot of the people making the comments themselves really need to take a good look in the mirror of themselves before they start fucking talking shit about other people. I have been dead, sick, not able to move. My pain was beyond movability. So I had to take a break, take a timeout. I needed to put myself in the corner and take a timeout is what I needed to do. Because if I didn't put myself in the corner and take a timeout, then I don't know how many other days I'd have been down for. Sometimes I feel like I push myself too hard, and I'm trying not to do that, but it is what it is. Yeah, he had to say Leah. He had to say her name. He has to, right? I mean, again, he's still obsessed with Leah. I mean, I'm still in a significant amount of pain, but my energy is kind of, but I'm alive, so there's that. I'm alive and I'm here. So I suck it up and I put my brave face on and I do what I do, But I mean, this is the vicious shit. Like, this is exactly why the Shield Project is so important to me, right? Is people just chime in, right? And then they clap like seals. The second that it's not them anymore and that it's not someone else and it's, someone, they decide it's aimed at them, then they want to say that it's not okay. Well, it wasn't okay when you were aiming it at other people either. It wasn't okay. Speaking of things that I wanted to bring up, by the way, Lorelai got us this amazing pink popcorn machine, as you can see. My hubby was kind enough to get us some kernels and some oil to make it because we haven't gotten any of that yet, although I was told that there are some on its way and should be arriving today. But we have our pink popcorn machine here waiting to be used with you guys, and I think it's exciting, and we say thank you to Lorelai because the kids unboxing that love that. By working together, that's how, Lorelai, by working together. And if this is something that you think that you want to do, please email me. If you want to help with the Shield Project, because I think it's important. Once I get enough people, I can start delegating things to people on who wants to do what, who can do what, and we can get things rocking and rolling. But the most important thing right now is talking about it, right? Supporting it, talking about it, supporting the channel, making sure that you're here and you're hitting the like button and you are telling people about the Shield Project and how we need help making it a reality, right? That's the point, is other people, because I can't do it alone, Well, that's the other thing, is when they don't have an argument anymore, they just say shit about family, body shame, call you ugly, whatever, Listen, he doesn't just talk about you all the time. It's almost as if, like, the obsession in his mind about you is literally never going to dissipate. Like, he has to say your full name. Can't just say Leah either. He's got to say your full name. Your full name. He's got to say Leah Genduso. He has to say it. So I make sure that when I say her full name, I let people know who she really is, right? Because she's a friend of mine. She is a smart, intelligent, funny, hardworking, good friend, and an amazing person. So when I say Leah Genduso, I talk about the person that she is. I don't just make shit up. Aiden just makes shit up. She's a money launderer and a drug dealer. Nope, not even remotely true. Like, imagine saying that about someone and it not being remotely true, and you knowing it not being remotely true, yet here you are saying it anyway. Like, that's the kind of shit. He knows damn fucking well what he's saying is not true. Yet here he is saying it. Isn't that amazing? Like, there he is saying the shit anyway. Like, what in the actual fuck? We can't keep allowing this shit, but I also can't do it alone, right? I cannot do this by myself. So the Shield Project is important if we can come together to do this, it'd be super important for me and other people to get to work on some of this. You're suspended on X again, dude. I don't know why X does that shit. It is behind me. Dun, da, da, popcorn machine. Turn the light on it so you guys can see it. Also, I had a $20 donation from LTG. Thank you, LTG. And she says, keep going, stay strong. Missed you, LTG. I appreciate you, my friend. I appreciate you, girl. I know I'm really bad at doing like this whole remembering to bring out the information for this. Why is it on a timer? So let's see. I don't see this. StreamYard does what it wants sometimes. And I don't understand why. So if you'd like to support the channel and me, there's a bunch of different ways you can do so. We have Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. We have an Amazon wish list. We have Chime. We have Revolut. We have our own link, which is pinned to the top right now in the chat. It's also in the description of the video. We have Super Chats, Super Stickers, memberships. We can gift memberships to other people. We have so many different ways to support the channel, the Shield Project, and it costs. That's the other thing is the Shield Project isn't going to be free, right? I have to do records requests. I have to probably travel a bit. Thankfully, I have a friend who can bring me a couple places to do some of that, but I got to choose low income, so I put gas in her car for her to do it. So there's costs associated with things, but I also want other people to get involved. I want this to be a movement of stopping this shit from continuously happening to people, because if we don't, it'll just keep happening. It'll just be the next person and the next person and the fucking next person, right? That's what it will be. If we don't do something, that's what he's gotten away with for the past 10 years. It's unfortunate. Let's see, what's this? So this one says, why won't Aiden bring up his own digital forensics report that he spent supposedly 10K on, right? I'll tell you why. It's because it shows that he's a fucking liar. But the exact identity of the perpetrators cannot be confirmed from the available logs. 10K well spent. I'll talk this guy. There's a clip of fucking Aiden for usual.
Totally not a crime. Totally not a crime. Totally not. Especially when I get charged $8 a month for that account.
Oh,
so like, what the hell?
Oh, $8 a month. $8 a month out of the 8,000, per week or month that he screams to his audience that he needs for his defense fund of the crimes he keeps committing willingly.
And then go and announce it, because guess what? You know what's not, the police aren't going to believe? That an elite cyber sleuth hacking team. That shit's cute on YouTube. That shit's real.
You know what's also cute, Aiden? Your lies. Those are real cute sometimes. Your contradictions, those are also cute sometimes. And my hope is that the Shield Project puts you exactly where you belong. Exactly where you fucking belong. To prison. If our system won't do it on their own because they're afraid, then the people who are affected by your constant lies and your constant harassment of them, using minions and people who don't know better, brainwashing and coercive control techniques on your audience, then we will do something about it as a collective in the most legal realm we can do it in, by getting these laws changed so that someone like him can never do this to people again.
Cute on YouTube. Good luck with the police. Good luck with the police. That's all I'm going to say about it. Keep telling yourself things are fine. This isn't going to blow. Oh, no.
First of all, why is the guy got to fuck? Why? I can't. No, the court will not give him one if he can't find one, because it's a civil case. No, there's no question. That's a silly question, my friend. They will not give him one because it's not a criminal case. If it was a criminal case, they would give him one. But because it's a civil case, they will not give you a lawyer. If a lawyer won't represent him, he has to represent himself. That's the bottom line. He'll have to represent him. I don't know who the fuck would, Okay, so here's another clip that Bonnie posted, and it says, is it just me? Or is Dr. Shuttleboy repeating Boston Brandy's words and saying she was right? Is he saying he lied then, or is he lying now? Also, how long are we supposed to keep funding his legal battles before he gets a job? Like a decade? Why just weeks ago did he say no civil trial can get justice for John O'Keefe? Only the FBI could. But now he's saying he can get justice for John O'Keefe. Is he donating all this money to the FBI? And who are the idiots buying the scam he is selling? Oh, okay. Peacock. Got it. Got it. Thank you, D. Johns. I appreciate that. I'm like, what is that? I didn't know what the fuck he's talking about. $8 a month for what? Like, got it. So my point is Bonnie's right in this. He at one point said that nobody can get justice, and he said it a few times, for John O'Keefe except the FBI. That was his saying, right? But now it's, oh, his civil suit can get justice for John O'Keefe. His civil suit isn't going to get justice for fucking anyone, dude. Okay? Anyone but the victims of his. His civil case has nothing to do with John O'Keefe. Not a single fucking thing. It has to do with him threatening and harassing and intimidating people, okay? Anybody buying that bullshit, like, I'm going to get justice for them, please donate to my defense fund, like, you are an actual fucking idiot if you bought that. I mean, come on. So I think this is a clip.
And Tim Bradle.
Yeah, he did, right? He did. You know, and for me, it's amazing because when he says something like that, like along the lines about to me, like, get a job, like, bro, I do the same thing you do. I work YouTube. I work for myself. Okay. I work for my audience. And unlike Aiden, I actually do investigate and read court documents and do records requests for documents. He doesn't even know how to read a legal document correctly. Never mind interpret it to a fucking audience, right? Like, he doesn't investigate anything. Someone tells him something, he asks someone else, and they have third-party information. They go, yeah, that's true. And he goes, okay, I confirmed it with 2 people. No, you fucking didn't. No, that's not confirming it with 2 people. That's asking 2 people, and those 2 people have no proof that they know this thing. They're just saying it. I mean, the woman who paid him $5,000 to write the article on Kylie Kirkpatrick, like, she paid Aiden $5,000 to write the hit piece. He didn't fucking care what was true and what wasn't. Whatever that lady told him, no matter how much of a lie it was, he printed it. He didn't look into any of it. He didn't make sure any of it was true. He took his $5,000, he wrote the fucking hit piece and called it a day.
And Mark Betterow, whoever Karen Reed's civil attorneys are, I assume Alan Jackson will be on board, right? Are going to get their chance to get justice for John O'Keefe, right? This is the trial. This is where it's going to happen.
I read on this because I want to get justice for John O'Keefe.
What?
I want these.
How the fuck is that going to lead to justice for John O'Keefe? We're going to put all these people on the stand and we're going to question them all again and they're going to lie again and then nothing's going to happen. How does that get, we're just going to, it's entertaining. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be great content, but not, if you think the Karen Reed civil lawsuit is going to get justice for John O'Keefe, you're insane.
Bingo. But now it is going to get justice because he needs defense fund money. Well, that's exactly the point, is he doesn't look into anything. Whatever someone tells him, he writes, right? When he took the Karen Reed case, he didn't actually investigate anything. He took all the information Karen gave him and he put it out there. He didn't vet it. He didn't check to see if it was true. And that's why we had him saying things in the beginning, like taillight was found on top of the snow. He must have said that 1,000,000 times. And then when the discovery came and we had videos of them digging the shit up and pictures, then you never heard him say it again. But did he ever correct the record? Did he ever retract that and say, sorry guys, just kidding, there was no taillight on top of the snow. It was actually found underneath and they dug it out. Now we have pictures and videos to know that. I apologize. No, he just stopped saying it. But he had already said it so many times that people actually believed taillight was found on top of the fucking snow. And that proved a cover up. I mean, this is what I mean. Like, the shit that he was saying, half of it, he never talked about again when certain discovery came out because it just wasn't true. But that had already hooked so many people into the story. So even now, some people don't know the correct details, right? Because they didn't go over all the documents. They didn't go over all the pieces of evidence. They took his word for it. And they took other people's word for it who took his word for it. And that's a problem.
The only way that there's ever justice for John O'Keefe is the FBI does their job. That's how.
There is no difference. The only difference is that Karen's lawsuit will actually talk more about John O'Keefe's death. Aiden's won't. So you're 100% right, Panda. You're 100% right.
We get justice for John O'Keefe, which is something none of us have any control over. Like, so there's nothing we could do. We just got to sit back and hope. And you guys.
No. And I'll tell you why. Because Morrissey, and again, not a fan of Morrissey, never have been, never will be. DA Morrissey does not want to do his job. That's the bottom line. The bottom line boils down to the DA's office doesn't want to do their job and indict him on witness intimidation. So they're not doing a goddamn motherfucking thing. It's amazing, isn't it? You know, you expect the justice system is going to do their job, and then they just go, oh, you know what? We don't want to deal with this crap, so we're just not going to do it. I'm sorry, but any other county in the fucking state, he'd have been charged with at least a dozen crimes by now in those counties, had he committed them there and not in Norfolk County. The problem is a lot of the shit he committed was in Norfolk County, and they refused to do their fucking job. And, you know, now this whole push for Adam Deitch, right? And I'm sorry, but Adam Deitch is not the one. Not the fucking one. I'm sorry, but if you were shady while you were in the feds, there's no reason that you wouldn't be shady while being a DA, dude. So sorry, not sorry, but if you were shady in any capacity for any reason, then I cannot trust you to run. I know no one in my circle of friends or family who live in Norfolk, which almost all of them do, are voting for that guy. None of them are. None of them. So, I mean, hey, Space Coast, it's nice to see you. You get those city staffers to do it, to complete all their damages so you can do the inspections and get it fixed. You're a rock star, my friend. You are a rock star. Hello, Freeze. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit, you know? I think that was because of like the civil suit. They wanted to make sure nothing was deleted or whatever before they give it back. And, you know, yeah, the new lawsuit, the civil lawsuit is Barnstable County. So that's the Cape. And that was for a reason. I'm talking about the criminal stuff. The criminal stuff was Norfolk County. And so there's been dozens of witnesses who have made statements, brought evidence, talked to the state police, talked to the DA's office, signed statements that they could have charged him with in Norfolk County. And they chose not to. So, you know, Norfolk County hasn't done their fucking job. It's that simple, you know? Right? Stanley Steamer won't be able to clean it. You have no idea how much I needed that. Stanley Steamer. I mean, I guess he has a couch to jizz on at least. Like, you know, I don't even have a couch, so I guess I'm not as awesome because I don't jizz on my couch.
They're going to finance.
I don't have a couch, so I guess I'm safe from not jizzing on a couch like Aiden.
It's going to be great. I mean, we're never going to run out of cash. We have like a whole army of people that wants justice for John O'Keefe. And I am the vessel to do that.
You're the vessel.
Turtle Boy is the vessel to get justice for John O'Keefe.
I mean, the fucking gaslighting, the manipulation is fucking insane. The fact that people actually buy this is the part that gets me. It's like, bro, it's benefiting him in his pocket. That's why he's saying it. It's benefiting his pocket. Like, come the fuck on.
Like, all the people that claim they want justice for John O'Keefe, I hope they're donating. Because we're going to get it. We're going to get it. Yeah. I mean, Karen's got to work. She got to get a job. It's America. Make money. You know, it's your job to make money in America. You can't. I love how
he says that, right? And he says shit to people like me who work YouTube, and he's like, oh, get a job. Like, bro, you work YouTube too. Just say it. I'm a smaller business. Like, he had to start somewhere, and he had to start small, just like I do, right? Everyone has to start small. Hey, Winter Sky, everyone's got to start small. That's kind of how it works, right? And so it's amazing to me when he tells other creators to get a job or someone else to get a job, or calls Meredith unemployed when he's the one who got her fired. But he's always telling everyone else to get a job. It's amazing to me. Now, I'm disabled, right? And I don't even get help from the government. So there's that. My income is strictly whatever gets donated here. That's my income, okay? So I am dependent on making sure that I give the best, most truthful show I can give to you guys, and the things that I'm doing behind the scenes, work as hard as I possibly can, because this is not work. Making fun of people, hurting them, shaming them, defaming them to then manipulate your audience when you get yourself into legal trouble that you could have gotten yourself out of by just simply not committing a crime and not doing dumb shit is fucking insane. And the lack of self-awareness from telling other people to get a fucking job when you got walked out of being a teacher from the Dudley police. You were walked out of the school building, sir. Walked out of a fucking school building by the fucking police, okay? And not because he quit, which he loves to tell people he quit. Like, bro, never ever has there been a teacher that quit that the police came and escorted them out, okay? Said no one ever, all right? We all know that he signed an NDA, and so did the school, so they can't speak on it, which is why he feels comfortable enough to say he quit, because they signed NDAs. So, you know, he knows they're not going to talk about it, right? He doesn't believe himself. We know he doesn't believe himself, you know? He doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Listen, sometimes I need a good laugh too, and I've had a rough week. I fucking always need a laugh. I really do. No, so they can't just access him like that. They have to have permission from the court. And as I understand right now, it's for the civil stuff, and they had to make an agreement. I think they did make an agreement already on what was gonna be kept and what wasn't, but I don't know when ultimately they're gonna return it to her if they haven't already, you know? Well, yeah, there is more than one bully. And so that's the point is, you know, I think we start with the first bully and work our way to the next ones, you know? If that's the other thing is you want to proudly support this? Like, I'm confused. You want to support someone destroying other people's lives to benefit himself so he can lie his way out of trouble, because that's all he does. There is nothing that this man tells the truth about. Literally fucking nothing. And I don't think he believes himself. He can't even keep track of all of his lies at this point. Victim trafficker. That's a good one. I like to call him a digital predator, but, you know, it is what it is. That's a good one. Of course he wants a vacation home, and he wants, you know, everyone to do everything for him, and he thinks he deserves it, which is amazing to me. What do you deserve, sir? You deserve a prison cell. That is what you deserve, you know? If they actually think that, then they are smoking some shit, Shannon. If they actually believe that that's going to happen, they are seriously smoking some serious shit. That's not happening, you know? Well, that's the thing. Even if she was, he's not gonna fucking know about it. You know what I mean? Like, so I love that he just says shit like that, you know? Well, I can only build them brick by brick, Winter. And part of my thing is I'm constantly fighting the, you know, villain that I supposedly am, that he makes people believe that I am. So I'm a smaller channel fighting out a larger channel of his lies of I'm a horrible human being, which of course most people know is just laughable at this point. The people who know me know that's fucking laughable, right? Well, that's the other thing. A lot of his shit is fake. He will read off donations that didn't really come in to make other people donate, which is fucking sketchy. It's so fucking sketchy. I would never do that. He literally will read off like $200 from so-and-so and $100 from so-and-so who asks the question, blah, 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 blah. He uses it as a way to be like, I was just answering a question, instead of just saying it, because he knows it's something he probably shouldn't say. So then he'll make up a pretend person who pretend donated, say how much, make other people donate, push them to donate by reading fake ones, and then answer a question about something that he really shouldn't be saying, right? So it's not defamation because he's answering a question. That's what he actually believes in his mind. That's how fucking insane he is. Like, his brain does not work correctly. It just simply does not. Okay? I can't. Well, that is his mission purpose now, is, well, at least pretend that Karen is somehow going to help him or be partnered with him, which just simply is not true and is not happening. She would never work with him. You couldn't pay her to work with him. But it's amazing to me that he wants people to believe that, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to fucking happen, not in a million years. But he so badly wants people to believe they have to work together to win this. No, they don't, and they're not going to. Not even a little bit.
You can't just constantly be putting your hand out asking for money.
Oh, you can't? Aiden, sir, do you have a mirror in front of you right now? I'm just wondering.
People are supposed to ask for handouts for before she starts making her own money.
Until the civil trial is over, because
So it's like a decade. That's how
I do
long.
not want to see these cops held responsible. Tell me how they're going to be held responsible.
How are we going to get changed with who? Specifically what? Yeah, tell me tell me one
Cops can't
specific.
say I don't recall in the civil case. These cops are going to be dragged through the mud with questions, okay? And they could lose their qualified immunity in this case. They ain't going to lose it in no criminal
Really?
case,
Like,
okay?
so you think
I'm here
Bukaki
for
is,
accountability for the bad cops, for the
Oh,
safety
okay.
issues, not to support people. I support
But you know that they're just
justice
gonna-
for John.
so,
Remember
okay,
him?
let's talk about Yuri Buchanan. He's going to tell the same lies that
Here
he
we
told
go.
on the stand, right? So what's that? What good does that do?
What good does that do?
Yeah.
Because in a civil case, you can't just say I don't recall.
He
There's
never said I.
repercussions. There's penalties after that.
Yuri Buchanan never said I don't recall.
So he's going to get caught.
You actually can say you don't recall. If you don't recall, then you don't recall. You actually can say I don't recall. So that's, let me just correct that. I like Brandy, but you can actually say you don't recall, because if you don't recall, then you don't recall. I mean, you can't make someone be like, well, you say you don't recall, but you have to answer the question. Well, if you don't recall, you don't recall. That is the answer to the question. Like, it doesn't matter if it's civil or criminal. They absolutely can say they don't recall.
On his lies, the FBI is going to be closely watching, and they're going to compare, and then the cops come on, and then the charges come.
Oh,
So I'm also going to correct that that's just not going to happen, right? Like, I get her point here, and I get that Aiden's like, you know, this is, again, him saying, like, that's not going to happen with a civil suit, but now saying it is because he needs the money, right? But the FBI is not going to swoop in after the civil suits. None of that's going to happen. So just let me throw that out there for anybody who might be wondering, like, that's simply not going to happen. Leah Foley has nothing opened on any of this and has no intent on having anything open on any of this.
I see.
you not know
you have it all figured out. I mean,
I
much
don't have to
smarter
figure
than
out.
me.
I just know
Yeah.
facts.
She's she's been through so much. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, sure. So we're just supposed to just keep giving money forever because she's been through so much. And so then he does a 2-hour stream of Jennifer McCabe clips, and he's like, "This is why you should donate money so we can watch this all over again." Why the fuck do I want to watch Jennifer McCabe lie all over again? What's that going to do for me? How is that going to get justice for John O'Keefe? She's just going to lie. When does she get arrested? That's what I want to know. Let me know when that happens. Let's talk about Jennifer McCabe. So Jennifer McCabe gets deposed in Karen Reed's civil trial, right? And she says the same exact story she told in the criminal trial. What good does that do?
You think they're going to ask the same exact
It is a
questions?
con.
Nowadays?
It's an
Yeah,
absolute
what-
con.
what-
It's
Different
not going to go
questions.
the same.
Really?
There's
How?
going to be new questions. There's a team. There's about how many lawyers? 12 different lawyers, is it, that are going to question her? The insurance company's team of lawyers, both
Okay.
insurance companies,
Yep.
all the lawyers.
So
are
they're
gonna be
going
questioned.
so they're going to ask questions Alan Jackson forgot to ask.
Not forgot to, but was blocked from asking. Do you remember that you couldn't bring up certain things because of Auntie Bev in the last trial?
Yeah,
Do you remember
okay,
you weren't allowed to say
yeah,
the
they're-
FBI in the last trial?
So and Tim Brado.
I don't think people understand how a trial works. There's a reason why certain things aren't allowed to be brought in a criminal trial, and it's because either they're completely irrelevant, they have no evidence to support them, or they could hurt one side or the other, not just one, but the other. So it has no real element to the case at all, and it's only specifically meant to like say this person is or imply this person is bad or shitty or whatever. Like, there's reasons why certain things are not allowed to be brought into a case. You can ask them all you want in a civil case, but the answer can be I don't recall or I don't remember, or you know what I mean? Like, that's the shit that they hang their hat on is just simply not going to happen, right? Like, the FBI is not going to swoop in after these civil cases. Aiden's case has no bearing on any of it at all. Okay, his case is about whether or not he defamed and harassed and intimidated witnesses. Okay, that's what his civil case is about. And then he's got his other case with Kylie about defamation, right? So an intentional infliction of emotional harm, which is another one of the counts in the other one as well. So, I mean, again, pattern of behavior, civil. Is it more likely than not that Aiden did this, right? And that's what the standard is. Is it more likely than not? Right? Like, it's you know, they're smoking some shit if they actually believe that his quote cause, this cause that he keeps making up, that he is going to be the justice for John. I mean, it's a fucking absurd. It's absurd. His case has nothing to do with John. It has to do with his actions of defamation. It's not going to bring in any of these people for any reason other than what it has to do with. There's not going to be talk about whether they did X, Y, and Z. The talk is going to be about whether he went by their homes or whether he showed up outside their sporting event. Like, use your common sense, people. I love everyone dearly, but none of Aiden's case is going to have anything to do with what he keeps claiming it is. May, I believe, and now they moved the other one into June. Or June, Donna, or July? They keep saying 2 weeks, right? The last one for Donna they said 2 weeks. Then she got the letter and it was 2 months. Like, come on, New Jersey. And the judge was already mad that it had taken this long, you know? I showed her the portion of it that she has the other day. I showed it on the screen.
And Mark Federer, and whoever Karen Reed's civil attorneys are, I assume Alan Jackson will be on board, right? Are going to get their chance to get justice for John O'Keefe, right? This is the trial. This is where it's going to happen. Because like we are going to, dude, Dave, like Higgins, like for instance, like I don't know, I'm just brainstorming here. Higgins threw away his phone on the army base, right? And no real effort was ever put into getting that phone. You try to get that with Auntie Bev with Rule 17, you're just wasting your time. You're not going to get it. She's just like, nope, you can't see anything at all, ever. You can never see anything. But now that they've initiated this lawsuit.
Do you remember that you couldn't bring up certain things because of Auntie Bev in the last trial?
Yeah,
Do you remember
okay,
you weren't allowed to say the FBI in the last trial?
So with Jennifer McCabe, what questions are they going to ask her that they couldn't ask her in the criminal trial? Can you give me one example?
Question for Worksman, Jackson, and Little.
So you don't know any.
I have questions that I hope they'll ask.
So
but
your
I don't know
theory,
if they're gonna ask.
so your theory is that there are special questions.
Not my theory. Not my theory. This is what's going to happen.
Okay,
This
so
is
your
totally
okay,
lawyer's
okay, so your factual statement, not your
Or
theory.
harmony.
Your factual statement, not your theory, is that they are going to ask questions that they couldn't ask in the criminal trial to these people, and that these people will give answers that will lead to their arrest by the FBI. That's what you think is going to happen.
It's going to happen. And
Okay. So the question I have for you was, how long do you give Karen Reed to she keep getting to put the hand out until she like kind of makes money on her own? And you guys are going to finance it. It's going to be great.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
never going to run out of cash. We have like a whole army of people that wants justice for John O'Keefe.
So please give me, what he's saying here is, please give me all of your money, everyone. Please give me all your money and I will get you justice. Wah! Except the problem is that his case has nothing to do with that. His case is strictly about, did he harass, defame? Like that's what his case is. His case is not about any of that. He's not going to get the answers to any of what he's claiming at all. It's amazing. No, he said he's not using BetterOut and he's not using Bradle because they're too busy and something about, they're out of their fucking depths. Let's be real here. Okay. The motion to dismiss, Sarah is right, is a complete waste of time. Aiden's motion to dismiss is like 88 pages. It could have been like 40 pages. It just repeats itself over and over. A fucking attorney puts in a fake fake medical terminology of turtle derangement syndrome. Like, if you don't think a judge is going to take offense to that, you've lost your fucking mind. Okay. You've lost your mind if you think a judge isn't going to take that seriously. You're not a doctor, and there is no such condition. The fact that you put that in a legal filing is pathetic. At best, it's fucking pathetic. Absolutely fucking pathetic. You know? At some point, justice will come. Karma is a bitch. But I fully believe that it always comes back. The universe course corrects. And if that means that you put bad karma out there, then that's what you're going to get back. You put good karma on this earth, hopefully either it gets sent to someone who needs good karma or it comes back to you eventually. But you put bad karma in this world and you can bet your ass that it's going to come back tenfold. It might take a month, a year. It might be insta karma. I love a good insta karma. It could take 10 years. It could take 15, 20, 25, but it will come for you. And when it comes, it's going to come like a fucking avalanche on top of him. And it couldn't happen to a better piece of fucking shit. Couldn't happen.
And I am the vessel to do that with.
You know how he uses the word vessel, right? Like biblical language. I am the vessel that can bring it. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut the actual fuck up, sir. I can't. Like, stop it. But he uses those words on purpose. Vessel. I am the vessel. No, you're not the vessel. You're the disgrace. You want to know what the vessel is for all of this? The vessel to stop behavior like yours, Aiden, is the SHIELD Project. And in the description of the video today, I put the mission statement of the SHIELD Project and what we do, which is the tactical analysis, the victim advocacy, and the public records documentation, that we operate on the principle of accountability over cruelty, right? There is digital exploitation happening here. And as usual, he exploits people who don't know any better, believe him for whatever reason. I don't really know why at this point. They just assume he's telling them the truth, which is fucking so crazy at this point that they believe anything of the sort, but nonetheless, they do. Or he uses people who are lower IQ, who want to belong to something, who want to be a part of something and think that they're a part of something when dealing with him. Unfortunately, I can tell them they're not a part of anything good. They're a part of something called a cult. Okay? And so many people have made their way out of that cult. I can't even tell you the amount of emails I've gotten from people who have gotten out of his fucking cult and then said, you know, I used to hate when people called it a cult because I thought, you know, I have my own mind, I can think for myself. And I didn't actually realize that until I got out of it, that it absolutely 100% was a fucking cult. If the people coming out of his so-called cult realize it's a cult when they're out of it, and they freely are saying that now, what the fuck makes anybody believe that it isn't? I don't get how anyone believes him at this point. You know? No, the judge read it. It's not that the judge didn't care. The judge isn't going to talk about it until they go to argue about it. So the judge isn't going to like write something down now and be like, I didn't appreciate. Like the judge will say something about it when they go to argue it. You know what I mean? Like judges don't go out of their way to talk about something before it's been argued. So you're not going to see the judge say anything. If you think the judge appreciated Federal putting in a fake medical condition and that fucking disgusting, ridiculous, repetitive amount of a quote mega motion, no. I can guarantee, and especially with the judge that Aiden has, he is a judge from Plymouth County. They couldn't have given a better judge to Aiden. This is a no nonsense judge. He's fair, but he's no nonsense. And he is certainly not going to appreciate the nonsensical, repetitive, fake medical condition. It's not getting dismissed. Aiden knows that. Let's be real. His attorneys know that. None of it's getting dismissed. That whole mega motion was for public consumption. 90% of the things that his, defense says in open court and files isn't for the court. It's for the public. It's for his minions. It's for his cultists. It has nothing to do for the court because there's not much they can argue in the court. They've already conceded that they're not arguing that he didn't do it. They're arguing it's First Amendment, which it isn't. So, I mean, they don't have much of an argument. They're not arguing that Aiden didn't do these things.
Turtle Boy is the vessel to get justice for John O'Keefe.
They've already conceded it.
Do you understand that your case is a criminal one and things can be blocked and not allowed to be asked? Okay.
So
Do you see why I'm so?
But you can't name a single question that will be asked.
Not the lawyer asking me that.
How would she know what question is going to be asked? She's not the attorney. So it's this is him asking a question when, waiting for a response, he asks another question. Like he can't, when he thinks that someone is outspeaking him, that's what he does, is he asks a question instead of answering, giving a regular response, he asks another question. He'll answer a question with a question. Yeah, if he was smart enough, but there's a multitude of reasons why I don't think he's going to do that either. There's a multitude of reasons why I fully believe that won't happen either, because that would open her up to certain things that she would have to say happened or didn't happen, And so I think that's the whole thing is a sticky situation. I mean, if I'm her legal team, I'm definitely going to try to separate. Even if the judge says no, you're going to try to separate. And there's no chance, even if the judge says no to the severing, she still doesn't have to work with him in any capacity at all for any reason. If I'm her, I sever. That's up to the judge. The judge can allow it or not allow it, right? The judge can say, no, I'm not allowing you to sever these cases. Or yes, I will allow you to sever these cases. That's up to the judge. But I would go for it. I would go for severing if I was her attorney. Absolutely, I would go for severing. It's whether the judge allows the sever to happen.
So question, how long are people supposed to keep giving to Karen Reed without her just making her own money?
So, Aiden doesn't take his own advice, obviously. I mean, again, when it benefits him, right? And that's it. That's the only thing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So AIM has tweeted something, and here's Defense Diaries. And see, I have the biggest problem that I had with Defense Diaries, and I wanted to like them, I did, is that a lot of the shit that happens, the quote drama and the nonsense and the just not being honest as an attorney happening on quote LawTube. The Defense Diaries has sort of backed up the behavior of said turtle and his minion crew. And for me, that was a problem. You're being disingenuous and you're farming basically for viewers and money at that point. And that just never sits right with me. And there's a bunch of lawyers doing that. The DUI guy, the lawyer, some of these people I wanted to like, right? And it's unfortunate because I know the truth. I've seen things that the general public hasn't with my own fucking eyeballs that I know that they have. And so when I know they're lying, it irks the fuck out of me because I know that they're lying simply for the farming of some of his viewers and money. And it's like, you can still be an honest human, not fucking lie to your audience, not lie to your fucking self, and be a decent human being and succeed. It might take a little longer, right? But you don't have to be a shitty human or back up shitty behavior to succeed. Some of which, most of these channels are very large channels and are making quite a bit of money already, but yet they're still pandering. It just makes no sense to me why. And it's ultimately because they don't want their channels, being harassed by the minions, and no matter how large, they would still get an influx of idiot cultists and minions. Like, why? Why do it? I don't understand, Oh, absolutely he would. 100%. I have no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. None. I have no fucking doubt. No. Nope, she didn't, Grave. They said no to both of them. So when the judge left the bench, he said, I don't know if what I'm going to decide is going to help or hurt. And he must have already been thinking he was going to give neither. And that's part of the reason why I really fully fucking believe that the Shield Project needs to happen. Because this judge was clearly uninformed about what Darbo is, what coercive control is, what reactive abuse is, or he would have been able to see it. He would have been able to fucking see it. So it breaks my heart that this is what we're dealing with. We have judges on the bench, and part of what I want for the Shield Project is not just mandatory trainings every 6 months on Darbo and coercive control abuse, but I also want these judges, most of them much older, to have every 6 month training on social media and digital forensics, like things that happen on the internet, right? Some of them don't even know what fucking YouTube is, what a blog is, what a vlog is, what these things do, what Twitter is, how it works. That's a problem. How can we expect these judges to make informed decisions about things that they're not allowed? The judges can't go when they have a case and then go and look this shit up. They are not allowed to do outside research on any case they're given. So that sort of ties their hands on not even knowing half the shit they're being told and making an informed decision. If you don't know half of what you're being told, you know how it works, you don't even know what it is, how can you make an informed decision, right? I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I don't understand. Yeah, it was kind of like, it was sad to see how much he didn't know, right? How much the judge to central casting, right? Didn't know, okay? And so I think part of what I want for the Shield Project is judiciaries, right? Things that oversee the judges. They need to have these trainings. We cannot have judges on the fucking bench that have no fucking clue about any of this shit, because then they can't make a correct decision, an informed decision. They're just pissing in the wind, essentially. Yeah, he'll throw anyone under the bus. Hello, darling. Same, my friend, same. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for LawTube as a whole, the way some of these people operate. I think it really just damages the credibility of a lot of these people, and it's sad to see, But it was appalling to me how little the judge understood about the entirety of it and what the fuck was actually going on, what reactive abuse is. At what point is a victim allowed to fight back against someone like that? Are they supposed to just take it and lay down and forever just take it? No. This is a pattern of behavior from him, and he'll continue to do it over and over and over, just with a new person or new persons again and again and again. And that's the problem. If we don't even have judges that know what the fuck social media is, how are we expecting them to make a proper decision? You know what I mean? Like, come on. It's ridiculous. You had to have someone in his ear with questions. Probably. And you're right, he's not good enough, nor is he smart enough to know what he's talking about or have the skills. So a lot of the time, I do think he has someone who helps him ahead of time because he's not smart enough. You know, he's just simply not smart enough. It's unfortunate. But so this account says Federer is at it again, using social media to get into matters he obviously doesn't know the full story of. And that's half the problem, right? Is Federer at this point has to know that his client is a liar, right? His client has lied to him over and over and over again. So to act like he doesn't know that, to act like he doesn't know that his client has lied to him a fucking million times from Sunday, like, come on, let's be honest here. He has to know his client's a fucking liar. He's simply a fucking liar. And so Federer pretending like he knows things that he doesn't clearly know is getting fucking old. It's getting old making these like little shots at people that are Aiden's like quote perceived enemies that he knows nothing about other than what Aiden told him. At this point, you know damn well that your client isn't fully telling you the truth about anything. So maybe you should refrain from embarrassing yourself. But no, Harold in the purple crayon can't help himself. Harold loves the drama. He certainly does, Beach. Harold and his purple crayons love the fucking drama. So this is what the tweet says. It says, Federer is at it again, using social media to get into matters he obviously doesn't know the full story of. The scary part is that same Federer never for once condemned Turtle Boy for any of his defamatory tweets or live streams about Karen Reed. Never once did Federer write a single tweet condemning Turtle Boy's illegal wiretapping or how he sabotaged Karen's fundraising, smeared her, and ganged up his cult against her. In fact, Federer was and still co-hosting with Nurse Kim, who was one of the people Turtle Boy claimed to hear the illegal wiretapping of Karen Reed, right? But not a word from Federer about this apparent collusion to destroy Karen Reed, and Federer continued to associate with Nurse Kim to date. In the last few hours, Turtle Boy was on his live stream publicly shaming and defaming Noah Reed, Karen Reed's relative, accusing Noah Reed of sexual misconduct. Not a tweet from Federer condemning Turtle Boy about this. But voila, the cult, namely Jimmy, Blair, Turtle Boy, and their cohorts, have been saturating one-sided negative narratives against attorney Nan Gallagher in regards to what she allegedly said about Kelly Reed, a relative of Karen Reed. And what did Federer do? See attached, because he just can't keep himself away from useless, damaging drama. The question is why? Is it revenge for not being part of Karen Reed's criminal case team in the matter between the Commonwealth versus Karen Reed? First of all, it can't be revenge. He damn well knew he was not going to be accepted onto Karen Reed's team. I said it a million times ahead of time. There is a conflict there that he can't even waive, okay? That conflict cannot be waived. He's not going to be allowed to get on the team. And what happened? Boom. Exactly what I said was going to happen, right? All of that is still there for the world to see. So, I mean, he certainly was not shocked that he wasn't let on the team. He damn well knew he wasn't going to be allowed on the fucking team. Let's be honest here, Captain Kangaroo. Good old Captain Kangaroo. The Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild. Oh, yeah. She said that Aiden's her bestie, but she get on the stand. She's like, no, he's just my peer. No, he's not your peer. Neither one of you are journalists. Neither one of you actually do investigating. You do one-side biased bullshit about who's a perceived enemy this week. Stop it. You know? Stop it. I mean, maybe not, but I do like to see somebody calling out Federer for the nonsense. That absolute fucking, no, I don't get that really. Again, it's beneficial to Kim. You know, it's money. That's what it is. You know? Later on, she told her chat she downplayed the relationship because that's wicked smart to do. These people are so intelligent. Now, here's the thing. Why would you do that if you thought that maybe you would be sued civilly? That wasn't very smart to say that you downplayed their relationship on the stand on purpose. Like saying that out loud on camera is probably not smart, Ethel Machado. You know? Come on, Ethel. Like, these people are not fucking smart, you know? I can't. They're not smart. Okay, so you can definitely tell. But, I mean, this account has been vocal about him for a while. But they also, to be fair, they also aren't a huge fan of mine. But at the same time, again, I have made my stance clear. Okay, I'm not changing my stance on the case. I know a lot the general public doesn't, and for that reason, I'm not going to magically change my stance on the case, right? And so because I won't change my stance on the case, there are some people that will apparently just never, bother to be part of the community because they can't get past that. That's their problem, not mine, right? Their loss, not mine. I have a wonderful community of people. I love all of you, and so that's their loss, not mine. So it says the question is why, blah, blah, blah. Is it revenge for not being part of Karen's team? What I also observed was that Melanie Little did a live stream a few days ago and claimed to have had extensive conversations with, quote, the Reed family. And she took a dig at attorney Nan Gallagher, her perceived competitor and her perceived enemies. Of course, because again, she runs with the turtle. Melanie runs with the turtle, No, I haven't. You're right. I haven't. Has she or he? I don't know. Have they ever spoken in a space? I've never heard them. But also, I haven't been on spaces in a long time. Look up snitch in a dictionary, and there's a picture of TV. Oh yeah. See, I don't think I've ever heard them, but I also haven't been on spaces in a while to even know. But that's a good point. So it says. The cult went to town, bashing attorney Nan Gallagher with an allegation that Nan said awful things about Kelly Reed. Please note the timeline from the time Melanie Little did this live stream and the time the cult started bashing attorney Nan Gallagher. Oh, that's nice. From my observation, it's clear that Kelly communicated with Melanie Little, and Melanie Little had gossiped about whatever she alleged against Nan to the cult. And that's the reason the cult are all over the internet to attack attorney Nan Gallagher, who is on record as a person who has been consistently supporting Karen Reed. But isn't it crazy that these cults failed to condemn Turtle Boy for the extensive damage he has caused Karen Reed? In fact, instead of condemning Turtle Boy, they aided and enabled Turtle Boy in every possible way in their attempts to fool the public in order to cover up for Turtle Boy. Yet they claim they love Kelly Reed, but can destroy and cash in on Karen's misery. Wow. Any sane minds would deduce that Kelly Reed is being used to further destroy her families, and it is not good for the optic, period, right? So this is what Betterow says. Over the past 2+ years, I have had the opportunity to personally meet and befriend many people brought together by a shameful, well-known prosecution in Massachusetts. This includes people from all walks of life, such as distinguished attorneys, Karen's close family members, and content creators, supporters from all over the country and the world, and others who are outraged by injustice. I can say without qualification that I have as much respect for Kelly Reed as anyone else I have met and befriended in the past few years. She is a loyal, dear friend, and a wonderful person. I have no doubt that 99.9% of people who know Kelly and witnessed the nightmare of the past few years, including her family, those who supported Karen as she was wrongfully prosecuted, Karen's lawyers wholeheartedly agree. And then, so if you go back, this person says, so then Defense Diaries chimes in, right? Hey, AIM, you have no idea what Betterow has spoken with his client about and never will because of attorney-client privilege. Man, how much time do you spend drafting that post? Defense Diaries had to chime in there. I don't think in any of that post that they said that they're going to know what Betterow said to aid it. It's the point that you make quite a lot of public posts, Betterow, about quite a few different things, including every perceived enemy of Aiden's. But have you ever openly condemned a single thing that he's done, even without using his name? No. And I think that's a person's point. He's not going to because he's Aiden's attorney, so that would be improper anyway. But, I mean, the point remains, right, is why the fuck would Defense Diaries even chime in on this? Like, why are you defending Betterow or Aiden for that matter at all? That's fucking kind of strange, don't you think? Like, kind of weird, kind of strange, Weird. Weird. So this person said, wow, you've got your voice at last. Congratulations. I recalled you and your husband said you're not into drama. Labeled the consistent smearing of Karen Reed as drama last year because it was Turtle Boy doing the smearing. You looked the other way then. But you have the audacity to comment on my tweet because I demonstrated Betterow's hypocrisy. Certainly, you looked the other way when Turtle Boy confessed in public with the other two-faced Melanie Little that he shared impounded documents to an ex-girlfriend. You must have been closing your eyes when Turtle Boy was exposed as a person using a burner account named Ghetto Mellow to bully and harass Betterow with racist chant. You must have been sleeping when Betterow, Tim Bradle's private messages were leaked by Turtle Boy, who screenshot all their private messages and shared with multiple people, resulting in a leak to the public. You must have been dozing off when you were reading the defamation filing by I'm not going to call them the McLiars because that's just not true. Against Turtle Boy and Karen Reed, stipulating how Turtle Boy illegally wiretapped attorney Alan Jackson and attorney Yannetti and sent these illegal recordings to his brothers and an ex-girlfriend named Lauren. The illegal wiretapping of Karen Reed is another example you kept mute about. All their above-mentioned incidents were in the public, yet you decided to show fake solidarity to Betero when it is clear that my tweet is about professional boundaries and hypocrisy that any sane person could smell. You must be kidding yourself into thinking that some of you can hide under the umbrella of lawyering but can't be called out by citizens about your hypocrisy. Oh, I must have missed the part that the grifting must continue, isn't it? I mean, I have to agree there, where it's like, you're supposed to be attorneys, right? And so people take these, accounts, these people's word for something because they're like, oh, they're attorneys, they know better. And it's like, no, no, they're also lying to the general public. They're not calling out things that are wrong because that wouldn't be popular for them and that wouldn't make them money. So instead, they're going to pretend they didn't see it, they didn't know about it, and then when they want to, they're going to pander, which is exactly what the Defense Diaries account was doing right now. You know what I mean? Like, no offense, but fuck all these people. Fuck them all. Fuck every last one of them. Fuck every last fucking one of these idiotic people. Defense Diaries, fucking DUI guy, fuck them all. Until they can start being honest human beings, like, I have no respect left for the Melanie Littles of the world, the DUI guys. Like, I have none, zero. And the constant attack on Nan, for what? For fucking what? Because she no longer supports the turtle, because she's no longer supporting people who are doing bad shit to other people. Like, come on, dude. That's her right. That is her right to not support people who are doing bad shit to other people. This is who you support, Defense Diaries. This is the man that you fucking support. This is the man the DUI guy supports. This is how he justifies his own bad fucking behavior.
Oh, he made a burner account. Oh, yeah, because you guys are so against that. Yeah, I made burner accounts before, sure. I'm the Ghetto Mellow account too. That shit was hilarious. You wish you could make an account that funny. The Ghetto Mellow was a stroke of genius.
No,
okay, he was ghetto and he's mellow. All right, and he didn't give a fuck, and he never said the N word because he had an H in it. It's not the N word if you add letters to it.
Oh, so magically, the N-word is not offensive and not the N-word if you're Aiden and you add letters to it. Like, you fucking all right, bro? The N-word in any capacity is fucking offensive no matter how many. You can add LMNOP, QRS, ABC to the end of it, and it's still offensive and it's still the N-word, you fucking clown. But no, he needs to justify his bad behavior by saying, oh, no, it's not the N-word because I added an H to it, guys. So it makes it not the N-word. It makes it magically not offensive. Like, what in the actual fuck are these people supporting? This is what you idiots are supporting.
Okay. Just to be very clear. And so get it, because Elmo is not racist. He's hood, but he's not racist.
Oh, okay.
All right. And they hacked into that too. They just took that over because they felt like it.
I mean, this man is fucking gross. Okay. Yeah, they all have different specialties, but all of them like to pretend that they're all trial attorneys that know it all. It's fucking bonkers to me, the shit that people are willing to support. I just don't understand it. Thank you. Exactly, Lisa. People who aren't racist don't have to talk about being not racist. We just simply aren't and show that we aren't. It's that simple. It's that simple. We don't have to talk about how we're not. We just aren't. It's fucking amazing to me. It's goddamn fucking amazing to me. I just don't I don't get it. I don't understand it. I really fucking, you know what? I feel like this calls for popcorn. We need to turn the machine on and heat it up for 3 to 5 minutes before we can put anything in it. So we're gonna need to get some popcorn for this, folks. Okay. We're gonna need to heat up some goddamn popcorn in the background here. Now, while I'm doing that and I'm getting the next clip ready here, do me a favor and hit the like button if you already haven't. I would appreciate that very, very much. If you can subscribe if you're not already, share our channel, let people know the Shield Project is a real thing and that we can't do it alone. We need the help of everyone that we can get. to work on the Shield project. It's important to me. I'm sure it's important to any victim who's gone through something like this, and holding these people accountable, because it isn't going to happen on its own. You know, you are right. He should be worried. If I were him, I'd be very worried. He knows he's looking at a lot of prison time, right? If you can support the channel, there's a bunch of different ways to do so. We have many ways to support the channel. We have an Amazon wish list. We have the most direct routes, which are our Cash App, our Venmo, our PayPal. We have our link that works there at the top. That works for credit or debit. And you can put any amount in. You can remain anonymous on any of those. You can, sorry, I was just looking at something. You can get yourself a membership to the channel. You can super chat, super sticker. You can gift memberships, which is always nice. But you're gonna have to bear with me this week because it is school vacation week. So I'm sort of adjusting my schedule around it being school vacation week, and the room service guy's days off. So he'll be home tomorrow. So thankfully, we'll probably do like 11 tomorrow. I'm sick of it too, barely. I'm sick to my stomach every time I see something like that. But because the last 2 days, my health wasn't great, I wasn't here. See, this is the stuff that's important. If you see stuff like this, please send it to me, because if I don't, I have a lot of these cultists blocked. And so sometimes I miss stuff like this. And this is the kind of stuff that's important to me that I push back on, right? It's important to me to push back on people like Melanie Little and the Turtle when they say shit like this about people that don't deserve it, right? I was that person that didn't deserve it, okay? I never have deserved the mountain of lies placed atop me because I didn't lie for Aiden. That's all it takes. You don't have to lie for him. That's it, okay? Just don't lie. You know, if you simply don't lie for him, or you don't agree with him, or you say something he doesn't like, well, that's a fucking problem, right? That's a large fucking problem for him. He cannot have that. He cannot have that. He needs to be controlling anything and everything. And so that, my friends, is a huge reason why I like to push back when I see shit like that, because I want to point out the hypocrisy, and I also want to point out things that I know that are lies, right? If Melanie Little has a fucking thing to say about Nan, she might want to take several seats. She doesn't know Nan from a hole in the wall. Her hatred, really, in my opinion, is a jealousy. That's what it boils down to. She's just being jealous. And a lot of these people are just following the sewer turtle, right? Nan doesn't support the sewer turtle or harmful people. Therefore, because they're not supported, you know, anymore, that's a problem. Like, now you're bad because you don't support them anymore. It's like, listen, if your relationship is based on how many dollar signs you can give someone, then that's not a relationship. I'm sorry. It's not a friendship. It shouldn't matter. Even if your friend does not ever send you $1, you should still be willing to stick up for a fucking friend when something is being said that is not right, right? So if any of these people had any real, like, boundaries or morals or ethics, they a long time ago would have said, whoa, 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 Aiden. Like, now you're just attacking someone because they no longer support you. Like, whoa, that's a little much. We don't support it. We don't, like, no, we're not going to do that. But no. They got to fall in line. Because if they don't, that means that maybe 100, maybe 200, maybe 2,000 of their viewers are not going to buy memberships, or not going to super chat, or not going to give direct donations, and they can't have that. What really burns me is a lot of these channels are large channels that they can survive on their own, on their like monthly amounts that they get in like memberships and super chats, and like they're large channels. So losing a couple people to have some ethics and boundaries really isn't going to do much to their pocket. It just shows an amount of greed that I can't stand. I can't fucking stand. It's really just gross at this point. Well, that's the ultimate thing, is people end up paying the price, right? And he'll throw every one of them under the bus if he thinks it'll save himself. You know, that's just what he does. You know? Curious Runkle stated that he did have confidence in Kate's YouTube info. Is there a reason? I mean, a lot of the information, like the base information, has been stuff that we've been saying for a really long time, right? And so his phone extraction, a lot of that stuff I already knew was in there. you know? Like, so I'm not a huge fan of some of the people. I do believe that Melanie Little is, you know, a very insecure woman, and that she's got a lot of jealousy issues. And again, she hasn't practiced law since 2014. She was a civil attorney, and even in civil matters, it seems like she knows very little. Seems like her career that she was trying to launch being an actress is really all she gave a fuck about, because even the comments that she makes when it comes to some criminal stuff makes no fucking sense whatsoever and doesn't apply. It's not real. So I'm like, how can you have a quote lawyer who hasn't practiced law since 2014 that really has no idea what the fuck they're talking about criminal law, and then giving completely false information? Like, that's fucking weird, you know? Hold on one second, guys. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta get something real quick. Sorry, my little one and her Demi-Gorgon Crunch. Stranger Things had a cereal called Demi-Gorgon Crunch that was on sale. I think it was last week that we got her that she likes, and she couldn't reach it. So, are you guys gonna have to help me out with this? I think it's like a certain amount of oil per certain amount of kernels to get this thing working. So, I think I gotta look. Hold on. Let's see. Well, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of issues with Kelly Reed. I can tell you that. There were certain long-term issues with her and Noah Reed that were brought up. Okay, so it's one. Hold on. You gotta turn it off, add the oil, then add the kernels. Oh, I see. So it says use the smaller scoop for the oil and the larger scoop for kernels. Interesting. 1 tablespoon. Okay, well, we'll try that. Let's see how it works, you guys. It's the first try, so it tells you to shut it off before you put the oil in. Please use a small scoop here for that. All right, let's see if I get this right. I bungle it. Good thing I brought these in with me, so this doesn't drip everywhere. actually say coconut, butter flavored coconut oil is better. But I didn't know it needed oil. It was not until yesterday. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, guess we're gonna have to go with that. That's what we could find. You have to order the butter flavor. Whatever. Then you turn it back on. Then you let it pop, I guess. I don't know. We're about to find out. Okay. We're about to find out if we fuck this up royally. Wait, I think this is the wrong cap for the wrong thing. It is. Oh, I hear it. Uh-oh. I need to turn it forward. What's that? I lost the kernel. All right, well, where the hell is the cat? Oh, here we go. Just kidding. All right, well, we'll find out if it pops in a second. So, well, that's the problem, is a lot of people do believe them. You have to remember that. A lot of these people believe them because they're lawyers, right? So they automatically believe what they have to say. And that's part of the issue. Oh, so wait. They said, I try to be, I try to be. So he said he doesn't have confidence. Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm not friends with Kate, but I do know that the information, when the information is right and when the information isn't right. And the information that she put in the video with his like phony track and stuff is actually right. So, I mean, I can say that much. Rumor has it Kelly Reed was quite loosey-goosey with the debit card that was supposed to be used for trial expenses like meals. She used it for personal expenses. She only took it from her, apparently. Yeah, I heard that as well. But there was a lot of different issues, I hear it popping. I hear it. I mean, isn't it supposed to like pop out though? Like what? Isn't it supposed to like hello, aren't you supposed to like pop out? Gee, all right, well, it's going. It's popping. So much fun, you can't stop the pop. Geez, okay, here it comes. Oh boy. That's pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty awesome. That is awesome. Okay, because I'm like, am I supposed? Because there's like a lever where you can like pull it forward or whatever, and I'm like, I don't think I'm supposed to be doing that, right? Like, it's supposed to just do it by itself. I think this is my first go ahead with a popcorn maker. Okay, I love it though. That is freaking awesome. Is it done? Is it done? Mm-hmm. Don't hear anything else. Check. Let's see. Oh, there's still popcorn in there. Or maybe we do this. Oh. I can't fail at this miserably, I guess. They both open up, so it's hard to get it to go. You know what? Hold on like this. Damn it. There we go. Okay. It has successfully made popcorn. It's a little light. It's a little bit warming. Now we have to try it. What do you guys think? All right. It is easy to clean because this is just a little, the drop bucket that it comes in. And this piece, I put it together. This metal piece comes out, pops out. So you don't submerge it in water, but you just wipe it down with water, and then that's it. The rest of it is put together. The door actually comes right off, so you can clean that. And the rest of it you just wipe down. So it is supposed to be good for. Okay, ready? Let's see. Ooh, that's good. That is like movie theater style. Now you just douse it. Okay, yeah. Woo! I'm a mess right now. Then you just douse it with butter, which I could do. I'm not going to, but I could. You just douse it with butter and scoop it into bags, which I will have bags tomorrow and scooper. I have pink bags. I have pink bags coming. Thanks to Lorelei Snow, who also got us the machine. She got us a scooper and the bags and kernels. My husband got these kernels yesterday so the kids could do it today, but in butter. So we'll have the butter and the scooper and the bags by tomorrow to go with it. But it is so fun just the way it is as well. But it'll be much cool to have like the bags and everything. It was delicious. I should. I have to ask them first though, for them to actually pay me. We're gonna keep it in the warmer. Oh, there. Okay, but that is fun. That is so fun. Ooh, Parmesan cheese. Thank you, Corn Dad. It is an adorable little machine. I love it. I forget, I think it was Danny who was like, put that popcorn machine on your wish list. And I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. I never expected anyone would buy it. It was kind of like a joke. And I put it on there and Lorelei picked it off, which I love. And it is so fun. It is so fun. I love it. I love that it goes with my aesthetic. It's pink, right? Like it's pink. Now you just got to get like a cotton candy machine to go next to it, like a pink one, and voila, you get the whole kit and caboodle. I mean, who doesn't love cotton candy? Duh. Duh. Oh yeah, you know he's not gonna share anybody's, commentary on anything if he doesn't agree, Thank you, because I wouldn't have known that. I love it. I love it so much. I love it. And now, every time Aiden says something fucking stupid, we can just pop popcorn and laugh. Just saying. Oh my God, somebody hacked your shit, Magic? That is not cool. That is not fucking cool. Not even a little. But it is supposed to be super easy to clean, and I put it together, and everything else was put together other than me putting the metal piece in there and the door on. Everything else was already put together. It came in one big box. My husband brought it up last night, and I was like, ooh, popcorn machine is here. I love it. I love that. You do need it. It's an amazing machine. I love it. So easy and quick and amazing. Yeah, they have those packages I saw on Amazon where they had like, I think it was like 6 or 7 or maybe even 8 different kinds of like little seasonings that you can pick from. And I was like, that's so fun. Like, I'm not a fan of like spicy stuff, but I know other people are, and that would be so fun. I mean, I don't eat a ton of popcorn at once, but this is enough for even just the kids and me. And you can pop it once or twice, takes a couple minutes, like super quick, super easy. I love it. I love it. Right? It does work both ways. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. But I should, you're right, get an affiliate link. I'd have to, yeah, it was you. I know it was you. I remember. I remember it was you. It is so cute. I love it. I'm not a huge hot dog person, although the kids and my husband love hot dogs. But I feel like cotton candy is more my jam. Like, who doesn't love cotton candy? I fucking love me some cotton candy. I've never had one of those as a kid, Pink salt. Oh, like the Himalaya salt? I love it. Oh my God, a projector. I used to have an old projector screen. I gave it to my neighbors who actually had a projector. I got the stupid thing for free. It was a huge, huge screen that you could put up. And we never had a projector, and they were super expensive. My neighbors had a projector, but their screen had broken, so I just gave it to them a long while ago. But that's so fun. That's so fun. I love it. I love it. I love it. Never seen a pink hot dog roller. You guys know it has to match, right? Like, it's got to be pink, man. Like, it has to. Like, if it's not pink, it can't match, right? I feel like cotton candy is the next step for that. But that would be so fun. Just have like one little area, and like, because technically this is a dresser we didn't need anymore, we can put like all of the odds and ends. I use the bottom drawers there for my vinyl, but you can put the odds and ends of like, the things that you don't want on top, like in the drawer, that'd be fun. All the little things that it make it work, All right, hold on one second. It could be black too. Yes, pink or black. It's got to match the pink or black aesthetic. Okay, it's got to be pink or black. It's got to match that aesthetic. My whole house is, pink or black. We gotta roll with it. We gotta roll with that. All right, Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to do 3 things at once here because, well, that's me always trying to do too much. Trying to do extra here. Hold on. Let's see. Oh my God, he mentioned you again, Leah. You posted a clip. I love it that he had to mention her again. Hold on. She said he can't not mention me. Well, we know that, girl. I can't believe it. He really is something else.
Like whatever, you know. So I don't believe, like, I'm not.
You guys hear the audio and I just can't hear the audio? What is happening here? Hold on. Let me disconnect and reconnect here. Sometimes it happens where you guys can hear it and I can't, and I don't know what's going on. Yeah, hold on.
Like whatever, you know. So I don't believe, like, I'm not and it's in the female cops especially, like they love to fuck. I'm just saying, because they're one of the guys. The female cops are one of the guys, and they're probably a good time. Some of them. I'm just saying, like Jen Duso. There you go. Female cops are a great time. So, like whatever,
One
you
more
know.
time.
So I don't believe, like, I'm not and it's in the female cops especially, like they love to fuck. I'm just saying, because they're one of the guys. The female cops are one of the guys, and they're probably a good time. Some of them. I'm just saying, like Jen Duso. There you go. Female cops are a great time. So, like
He
whatever,
is something
you know.
else.
So
Something else. Like, right. Hello, common sense. You think women don't like intimacy? I'm confused. Like, make it make sense. Like, he just has to mention Leah because he's such one of the, yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, what? No, not even close. No, one of the girls. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, Aiden? Like, what the fuck? The delusions are real, guys. Like, I'm not kidding when I say the man is fucking delusional, okay? Delusional. What the fuck is wrong? Like, really? I scroll down and what do I see? Right? Yeah, I mean, he's such a lonely, sad sack of shit. And it's like, I honestly feel bad for that poor girl, Christine, because as I said, when him and Meredith got together, guess what? It's not an if, it's a when. When. It is a when, okay? When something happens, he's going to do exactly to her what he's done to every other woman. The only one he hasn't done it to yet is Lauren, and that's because she keeps kissing his ass. And I wonder how that's working out for Lauren Murray right now. Is that lack of self-esteem working out for her right now? I don't think it is, considering that Aiden sent her the illegal wiretapped audio or video of a conversation he had with Karen Reed, Alan Jackson, and David Yannetti. So I would say that I think that there would be courts interested in why she would have that. So it's like, he's going to throw you under the bus or get you in trouble no matter what. I don't know why anyone, and I mean anyone, helps this man. I really don't understand it. The amount of people who have lost their jobs, careers, livelihoods for helping him and haven't learned over and over how many people he'll throw under the bus. It's like, why does anybody help him after knowing that? After knowing how many sources he's thrown under the bus, after knowing that he uses his memberships and his donation information to stalk people once they don't agree with him anymore, and their locations and their information. Like, why would you ever do it? Why would you donate $5 to him? Ever. Knowing that he's going to use that information later on if you don't agree with him, or someone even says you said something he doesn't like, to come after you with that information, which is illegal, by the way. You can't do that. Nonetheless, he does it. He does it. He doesn't care who he hurts when he does it. You know, I would love to do that, but the only Massachusetts judge that I know of that speaks is one that is completely biased, and one that has me blocked for a long time now, considering I called out her really shitty, biased behavior. She's a family court judge who's retired and now wants to speak out about the family courts. The problem with that is that judge, just like any other judge in the state of Massachusetts, also didn't fully understand her job at the time and destroyed many families' lives in their kangaroo family court system. You want to call out the family kangaroo court system and how much damage it does? Cool, great. Why didn't you do that when you were on the bench? Why didn't you try to change things then? Now you want to give two different opinions on the same circumstances on two different cases based on who you like and who you don't like. That means you're biased. That means I can't take you seriously. And so when anybody points out that she advocated for the complete opposite in the Harmony Montgomery case, that she is advocating for the Kelsey Fitzsimmons case, she does not like that. Well, the point is they're right. She's pointing out that they shouldn't have done this, this, and this in this case. Same sort of circumstances, right? In the beginning, not obviously after Harmony died, but like in the beginning. And the protocols that they would take to keep that child safe that she says they should have taken in the Harmony Montgomery case. It's hard to take you seriously if you're going to do it based on coverage, right? So it depends on the coverage of the case and what the public likes. So if the public likes the person, you're going to say that the judiciary should have done this. And if the public doesn't like the person, they should have done that. And it's like, I can't take her seriously because A, what did she do when she was a judge to fix anything? Did she help families' lives or did she hurt families' lives? If you wanted to do something, why wait until you're fucking retired? And why wait until it's only cases where there's public attention, right? Like, so I would love to talk to a judge that isn't biased like that doesn't seek attention in that way. Who doesn't write books and promote those books based on the exact same things they're saying shouldn't have happened in a different case. It just doesn't make sense, right? So I know I would love to speak to a judge about his witness intimidation cases, a retired judge that isn't the one biased judge that runs around on Twitter and everywhere else. I can't do it. Like, I can't do it. A lot of this shit is just biased. I want to hear from an impartial judge. I would love to. I would love to. Well, that's the thing. Like, some of the I mean, my husband would be appalled at some of the shit some of these quote grown-ass men, like Wildo and Sewer Turtle and his minions, like say, like, you're grown-ass are supposed to be grown-ass men acting like children, stomping your feet, lying, shaming to hide your own bad behavior. What the fuck are you doing? And then you have people like Jess Machado, Ethel here, that does shit like this. Why are you naming someone's husband on Twitter? For what? No, I can't. Why? Why have someone on that's just going to gaslight you? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand why you want to have someone on that's going to just ask a question and gaslight you. The only reason that he would even want to come on is if he thinks you're sympathetic to him. That's it. Otherwise, he would refuse to speak to anyone in the way that he refuses to speak to me when I'm on Spaces, because he knows I'm not going to allow him to gaslight, and he knows that I'm not going to allow him to manipulate, right? I'm just simply not going to allow him to do it, It's not going to fucking happen. She didn't. If she said that, I'm really disappointed. For all of Aiden's victims, I'm really disappointed because she knows damn well the things that he has done. So if you're really going to say that you're a turtle rider after knowing everything that he has done to innocent people, then that's a huge problem for me. That's a huge fucking problem. You did call it, though. You did call it. She said it. I can't fucking believe it. I mean, I knew she was leaning that way, but why? After all he has done, why? Just why, right? I just don't understand it. Just why? Because eventually, guess what will happen? He'll do it to her too. Later on, what will happen is, she'll have someone on that says something about him that she doesn't like, and then what will happen? He'll call her names, he'll call her stupid, he'll tell her to die in a hole, and then what? You can't come back screaming victim, It's just sad. I mean, it was also kind of weird the way that popped out. It was like, I think it popped out as Amy and Deirdre were trying to help me and force me into getting help with me moving. And I think that was put on that post, which was weird. Piggybacking off someone else is a little strange, but nonetheless, I still, would help in a scenario like that. My sister-in-law lives in a house with like 3 other people with the same disability as her with 24-hour staff. She has her own like room. She has, you know, her own little independence with staff that are there 24/7. So, and she loves it. We had to get her own, you know, room stuff and all that. So, Moni made a good post here. Moni said, rant time. It's so funny that Jess Machado called me a weirdo and blocked me when I was simply calling her out for being a mean girl and a hypocrite. Isn't that free speech, Jessica? Just like Jessica and her gang does to others, right? As a survivor of DV myself and growing up in a household filled with DV for my first 15 years. It really annoyed me that she shared a post of her helping out a DV survivor months after getting Meredith fired for hurt feelings and then gloating about it and how she is a bad bitch. Meredith not only has a child, but she had a valid reason to be pissed off, and especially given that you fucking started it and you lied. But it's only fair when Jessica is the one dishing it out, apparently. Jessica admitted to lying, covering for Aiden multiple times, but what makes it worse is that Jessica only heard his side of the story and ran with it, and you never attempted to seek out Meredith for her side of what happened. Why? You didn't give a fuck about Meredith, even if you are not friends with Meredith and have morals. You just don't believe one-sided stories, do you, Jessica? But it wasn't Jessica. Well, wasn't Jessica a journalist? Question mark. So Jessica wouldn't understand about getting 2 sides and then trying to find out the truth, right? Question mark. Jessica had an opportunity to walk away, but being a sick grandstander, Jessica had to do Aiden's dirty work to appease him. Please, Jessica, do not cry and expect sympathy when you finally work out what Aiden really thinks of you and throws you under the bus to save himself. Because again, make no mistake, that's exactly what's going to happen. Exactly what's going to fucking happen. All right. This weirdo used to be a subscriber to Jessica's YouTube show, but slowly I realized she was not a nice person. Her friends are not nice people. Jessica, along with Jimmy, PKD, TV, and the Glare, are like a gang of bitchy high school girls, constantly bitching and trying to get other content creators and individuals that have different opinions or more viewers canceled. All the while screaming about freedom of speech and fighting corruption. It highlights that do not have a full understanding of free speech, which is a two-way street, allowing for both expression and criticism. I also believe that you can't have free speech. You can have free speech, but once it turns hostile and people are doxxed, lose employment, or worse, suicide, you can't constantly scream at us to move on, get over it, or that no one cares. The people who aren't morally corrupt or gullible care. We care. I would love a friggin' easy bake oven. Love an easy bake oven. I was actually looking at one of those for my little, and I looked, and the thing was like $65, and I was like, "Is this real fucking life, dude? I cannot afford to buy a $65 goddamn fucking easy bake oven." Like, I would love for her to have that, like I did as a kid, you know, easy bake oven. But no, fuck no. I $65 for a fucking easy bake oven. Like, what the hell? Oh, I definitely need a mini fridge. That's for sure. I found a pink one, and it is on my wish list, but I definitely need one of those Ladberries. It'd be so much easier when I'm doing trials, dude, to not have to get up, go to the kitchen, come back, do this, do that. Like, it's so much fucking easier. Eventually, we'll get one. Eventually. I did find a sweet pink one, and I found the little thing that goes underneath it, so if any water leaks out, it doesn't like go on the floor, which is pretty cool. God, who doesn't love cotton candy, you know? So Moni said, we care. Jessica, TB, PKD, The Glare, and Jimmy bully, harass, and intimidate people constantly on purpose for clicks and likes and shock value. You cannot harass, bully, intimidate people and not be expected to be called out for bad behavior. And so that's exactly part of the problem, right? That's part of the problem. Like, literally part of the fucking problem is that people clap like seals and think it's fucking funny, right? So this is, sorry, Jason, and Jason said, let's be clear, even though I already was, I shared a message on behalf of someone else that was indeed prompted by your own bizarre passive aggressive posts attacking the person while pretending to be helpful. I literally put quotes around it. My DMs are also full, and trust me, it's not great. Nevertheless, I haven't said a word from my own mouth about you. I simply told you directly I wished you the best and moved on. It was true. I wish you the best. Maybe you had one too many choco bananas at whatever resort you're at. God knows I did a month or so ago when I was there. Either way, I'm not looking to engage with you or passive aggressively post about you, so I figured I'd just address the issue directly. Hope the weather and the rest of the week is great. You should possibly focus on enjoying your vacation instead of whatever your obsession with Meredith is. I don't know if when people go on vacation, like, enjoy your vacation, man. Enjoy your fucking vacation. Okay. Like some of us don't really get vacations. And if we do, it's that once a year trip that if I can save for it, like in the next 2 months, then I do. Otherwise, I can't, you know? Oh, everyone's a ratchet, right? Everyone's a ratchet except him. Isn't that amazing? So Kylie posted, remember when Aiden said he got a bachelor's degree in history because it was the easiest one to get? Maybe he skipped the semester in human biology.
Tennis elbow. I have tennis elbow. You guys were right. There's like a medical term for that. Appendicitis, something parallel
What?
appendicitis. I don't even remember.
Is he fucking
I
all right?
have
Oh my God, wowza. C's and D's get degrees, Aiden. You know, it's come on, C's and D's. Jessica, in fact, never went to the post office. Did she fucking
Are you
seriously
shitting me?
not go to the post
Jessica?
office yet? Did she seriously not go yet?
Jessica, have you gone to the post office yet?
I did. Who is this?
We're finally able to
Get
mail
rid
out
of
all
this
those
person.
packages
Get rid of
that
this
people
person.
Are
paid
you
for.
shitting me?
Who is
You
this?
interrupted this to ask if she went to the post office?
Yeah,
Who
I'm
is
really
this?
Yeah, 'cause
curious.
she sent her
Everyone's been waiting
something.
for their packages. I'm
They
curious
sent her
if
a
she
This is
finally
Who
sent
JB.
it
is
out.
JB
this?
is a loser.
This,
Who is
I
this
this?
is what
She's
came
from
that,
LA.
that
Listen,
Kane
Loser.
goes to
listen.
his mailbox.
And again,
Who is
I
this?
don't expect
Waits
Wait,
for
who?
gifts as
Who
well.
gives
Everyone
a
has been
shit?
Who
anxiously
is
waiting for
this?
their packages.
Who
It
is
seems like
this?
I told
fraud
you who
to
it was,
sell
Jessica. It's
something and then
JB.
not ship it out.
JB.
I'm just curious if you sent
Who
it to
is this?
them.
I just
Who
told
is
you.
this? Who is this?
Me,
You know who
Roscoe.
this is,
Did you?
Jessica, have you gone to the post office yet?
So she says that she did, but apparently she didn't. I can't believe that. Dude, it's been like 12 or 13 weeks at this point, okay? I'm sorry, but how do you justify driving around for 3 hours complaining about a fucking box truck on private land with their business name on the side while you've sold people your clothes from your closet and charged $7 for shipping and it's been 12 weeks and you still haven't bothered to fucking go to the post office? I mean, dude, you go to 2 coffee places every morning. You don't think to pack up your car with the shit and just fucking drop it off at the goddamn post office? Like, someone else said that she said she takes a nap in between the 2 shows she does a day. Like, who the fuck? I'm sorry, okay? And I, again, smaller channel here. I definitely can't afford to miss days like I did this week, but I also have health problems, and my health has to come first because I push myself too far. I certainly cannot do 2 shows a fucking day. Once in a blue moon, I can, but I cannot do 2 shows every fucking day. Like, that just screams like you're greedy. Like, it just, like, what fucking reason would there be? Unless you're doing like a special nighttime one once in a while and a daytime one. Like, what fucking reason would there be to do 2 shows every day? And you're taking a nap, and well, instead of taking a fucking nap in between, maybe, I don't know, maybe do this thing, like go to the post office. I mean, at this point, I don't understand how you still haven't gone to the motherfucking post office yet and dropped off this shit that people paid for. I'm not fucking waiting 12 weeks. Like, that's bonkers, dude. I understand small businesses when they like make things. Like, my turnover for when I made the pearl jewelry was 2 to 3 weeks, because if I had a lot of orders, it takes time. I have to drill through the pearl or halfway through, depending on what I'm making, and then set it into the sterling silver jewelry or whatever jewelry piece I'm making. And then if I'm making like a bracelet, that's several, right? Several pearls I'm drilling through with other beads. So like, that takes a lot of time. Like, if I'm doing it just myself, which I was, like, that takes a lot of time. So I would always have the turnover rate be about 2 to 3 weeks, because I'm hand making it on my own. And it never took that long because I was quick, and I would do it at night when the kids were asleep. But what the fuck, like, what in the actual fuck, you know? I also trust Nan on that. And if that is what she said, I fully believe her. Also, fun fact, back when the trials were happening, I already was hearing some whispers of Karen getting pissed off with Kelly Reed, and that she was spending too much money on the credit card. And, you know, yeah, she has lupus, but I mean, that's not an excuse to not go to the post office. Listen, I don't even have a car, and I get to the fucking post office to send someone something. Like, you know, I told her it'd probably take a little bit, took about a week, because I have to pay someone to bring me, or I have to Uber there and back. Like, and I got it done in less than a week, or about a week. So what the fuck, like, what are we doing, dude? Like, 12 weeks, dude? I don't even have a car. If you can drive around for 2 hours to 2 coffee places in the morning, you can certainly put that shit in your fucking car and stop at the goddamn post office. Like, come the fuck on. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Um, but I think they try. I think there's multiple reasons they try hard to fucking cancel Nan. I think one of the reasons is just pure jealousy. I think the other reason is because she dares not support shitty people anymore, and because they can't rely on that money to breathe, they feel the need to just make sure that she goes away and never supports anyone else, because these are selfish humans. Like that's what they do, right? It's what they do. A friendship with someone shouldn't be made based on what they can give you, right? It's nice if they can, right? It's nice if they can. Some weeks I'm holding my fucking breath all week long. Once in a while, there's a week where the donations come in, and I'm like, okay, I have enough to get groceries this week, get all my necessities like toilet paper and paper towels, and like this week I can breathe. When that happens, I get extremely grateful to the people that helped make it happen. But you can't expect that, right? You just simply cannot expect that. It's not to be expected. And it shouldn't be like, listen, I've made plenty of relationships with people on here, some people who have never donated a single dollar and can't donate a single dollar to my channel. And I still talk to them all the time, right? Like that's not how I make my friendships, based on what someone can give me or not give me. I make my friendships based on whether someone is a decent human to me or not, right? I don't make my friendships based on what other people say about them either, because if we all base our friendships on that, then everyone is a villain according to Aiden, other than him and his crew, right? So I don't make my decisions based on that either. I have to make my own decision on whether I like someone or not. I'm not going to take someone else's word. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? Like that's not how I roll. It's not. Well, she is definitely dysfunctional, but I think she also just expects things that shouldn't be expected, A lot of people helped Jess start her channel, and she already had a following that she could bring to that channel. Not everyone has that, right? People were willing to help her out with studio when you don't really need a studio when you're starting off. I can't know who the fuck normally in a smaller channel can afford a studio. It's a lot of money to run a studio. It's a lot of money to run it from home. Never mind a studio on top of that, right? Like most of us don't have that kind of money to be able to spend on a studio. You don't do that until you're much bigger, and then you can get a studio that's, soundproof and all that, It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that she expected to do that right off the rip. And I think that's because she saw Brian's studio, She liked Brian's setup. You could do that too. You could have a post office pickup at home. They do that. I can't remember if it's FedEx or UPS, but one of those also does at home, Listen, absolutely, if you're going to have a phone call, you have a phone call with Benny. I love being on the phone with Benny. We could probably talk for hours about literally nothing, Well, that's half the problem here, right, Freeze, is a lot of things are given a pass that really shouldn't be given a pass on, It shouldn't. You're right. None of the people that did that stood up for Kelly Reed did deny the allegation. You are 100% correct. I did notice that none of those people actually denied any of the allegations that were surrounding Kelly Reed. They just said, oh, she's a good person, blah, blah, but they did not say like that didn't happen. None of them said that didn't happen. Interesting, isn't it? Oh, you are? Oh my God, have so much fun, YBE. I don't know where they live, but 7 hours is a long drive. I think it takes about 6 hours to drive from here in Massachusetts to certain parts of New York. So I've taken that drive a couple times. My husband's grandfather lives in Brooklyn. So it's 5 to 7 hours depending on traffic. Yeah, okay. There's also one, I can't remember if it's FedEx or UPS, but they also pick up. Oh, I love that. I love that you get to spend time with your family. Some people, yeah, listen, I get burnt out, right? I get fucking burnt out, and I usually work the 6 days a week, 6 days a week is what I usually work, and I get burnt out as all fucking hell, dude. But I don't, I have a family to take care of, I don't have a choice, right? My channel's not at the capacity where I could bump it down to 5, which would be nice, but I'm not at those levels yet. One day I will be, and it'll be 5 and not 6, because you will get burnout. You absolutely will get fucking burnout. It absolutely happens, Who the fuck? No, never said that. KK, Mindy. I love these people who are like, these sewer turtle writers that are like, I wouldn't waste my time on her videos. KK, don't listen, Mindy. We don't want you as a viewer. That's fine. We don't want you. See, that's the difference. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, another viewer is another $1. And so I need nope, I don't want those types of viewers. We don't want you here. We don't want those kind of people in our community. Sorry, not fucking sorry. Kevin Mahoney made a post. Let's see what he says. No. Let's see. No. It's not going to post. It's just a repost. God damn it. Yeah, you keep your eyes on the road, lady. You want to make sure we get you to your parents' house nice and safely. Nice and safely, my friend. I can't believe she still hasn't gone to the fucking post office. I can't believe she still hasn't gone to the fucking post office. I just can't. I fucking can't. Superfan blogger. I love Sanchez. Sanchez, like the superfan blogger. Yeah, the superfan blogger. Oh, God. If we look at it from the YouTube business perspective, JM is his competition. True. So if you're going to collaborate and work as a YouTube associate, better get that paperwork in order. Well, that's the thing is, I don't think these people don't think about anything like that, right? They're not thinking of it as a business. They're, oh my God, what a fucking idiot. So Aiden doesn't seem to know what a process server is, like being served with a lawsuit. And so I know that Kylie hired a process server to have him served. And you can actually pick what you want your process server to look like these days, whether you want it to be a chick or a dude. So she picked a good looking chick, not lawyerly looking. So of course he would answer at the door. And so he thinks his stalker process server.
I want to appeal to your sense of caution about people driving by your home and taking digital photographs. Lucky for you, turtles have exquisite peripheral vision. Tell me, did you ever find out who the creeper was? Yes. I believe somebody who worked for the town assessor's office. So.
Oh, it's a town assessor's office? You mean the process server to serve you, you fuck?
No harm, no foul. Thank you.
Because the town doesn't stalk you. The town will just send it in the mail, sir.
I want to.
I fucking can't. The stupidity. The lack of fucking intelligence with this guy is amazing to me. Oh, I can't. She bailed on a tutorial she scheduled last night due to illness, but then felt well enough to go into Spaces late. Oh, God, I can't. It doesn't make sense, of course. It doesn't. She just didn't want to do the tutorial and she didn't think it would make money. I don't know what the tutorial was supposed to be about, but I have no doubt that she realized it wouldn't make her the money that she was looking for. So this is Kylie's post. She said, I had no idea that you could hire a process server from the web and your choice of what they look like. You can pick someone who looks like a lawyer, someone who looks like their ex, but I picked a pretty younger person because, Aiden will think she's a fan, or Meredith. My civil suit hasn't been stamped yet, so I recalled the complaint to add in the live he just did where he blabbed about me again. What he doesn't realize that by doing that, any argument of shit out of luck is out the door. Thanks, Aiden. I mean, he's not smart. No one claims he's smart except him. Like that's the kicker is nobody claims the man is smart but himself. Okay. Like, come on. Yeah, because why would she, and that makes sense. Why would she host a tutorial for people to start YouTube channels? Because then they would be in direct competition with her. She realized it would benefit other people and not really herself. So of course she's not going to do that. And it's actually really easy to learn how to use like StreamYard, but it depends on the software you're learning under. And StreamYard's fucking expensive now. When I started, it was I think $20 a month, and then almost 6 months later, they boosted it over 50% to fucking $49 a month. Like insanity. Oh my God. Total Drama Island. I love Total Drama Island. I loved that show. There's no teacher to step in, of course. Yeah, I don't know why she thinks I give any fucks. I give 0 flying fucks. She still apparently thinks I work for Kate Peter. I don't know. I don't talk to Kate. It's crazy. I don't know. Of course she wants to take credit. She wants credit for everything that she doesn't deserve credit for. It's absurd at this point. Like, it's some of the conspiracy theories that some of these fucking people have, it's just bonkers. It's fucking bonkers, you know? Oh, oh boy, what's this? Oh boy. Oh, it's a duck. It's a duck. Okay, it's number 2. I mean, that's just such a ridiculous thing to say. Oh my God. So Moo says, I like swimming. This is what he said, I guess. I'm not good at shit like this. My ex-wife was good at shit like this, following directions and listening. My strengths are talking, reading, and tweeting. He's self-pathetic, refuses to be an adult, acts like a child. Well, we know this. Let's listen to this shit show. I mean, I don't even talk to Kate, so it's amazing to me, like she must work for Kate Peter or some bullshit. Like, bro, I work for nobody but myself, and I conform to nobody's crap but my own. I do not conform to what the anti or not anti people want me to do, because I run my own fucking ship. I go to the beat of my own goddamn drum. If you don't fucking like that, I don't know what to tell you, because I'm never going to fall in line with anyone or for anyone. That's not how I operate. Never has been, never will be.
Everybody thought I was dead. I'm getting like a million texts. Yeah, no, these opened up the pool. I have no idea how this shit works. I'm not a pool guy. Never was a pool guy. But
what's so funny to me is my husband built and maintained pools for 10 years. My husband's like, he's going to be in for a rude awakening if his liner pops. That's about 30 grand right down the drain if your fucking liner gets a hole in it, right? Like, that's, you got to replace the liner at that point, which would cost like 30 grand. Like, if anything in that fucking pool isn't in tip-top shape of working, it is going to cost a pretty penny to fix, right? Like, my husband built and maintained pools for a decade, all right, for a pool company, for a fucking decade. He could build them in ground and above ground with his goddamn eyes closed. But again, that's what a real man does, is build things and know how to fix things. And here's Aiden over here sitting in his kitchen bitching about how everyone else needs to buy him all of the things.
I am forced to be a pool guy now because I purchased the house with a pool. And I don't know how it works. I like swimming.
They know who I am.
And like I forgot. I'm gonna forget everything. He just gave me so many directions. I videotaped a lot of it. Told him I was recording, because I will forget everything. Like nothing. Like, I'm not good with shit like this. My ex-wife was good with shit like this, like following directions, listening. Those aren't my strengths. My strengths are talking, reading, tweeting, stuff like that.
She certainly knows who I am, considering she sent me DMs before. She absolutely 100%, 125% knows who I am. Oh, man.
Listening is a weakness. So I recorded as much.
He doesn't listen. I mean, how pathetic as a grown-ass man. I don't listen to anything, really. No shit, because it doesn't benefit you. And if it's not about you, you don't care.
A weakness. So I recorded as much.
I was the first to have a neon light. I have one that says, do epic shit. It doesn't say my name. It says, do epic shit. But it's too bright. And so you guys can't see it. And so unfortunately, I got to find somewhere else for it to reside, because it's too fucking bright to show on screen. Although I do love the way it looks. It's amazing. But it says, do epic shit. I do have a neon light. I have a couple, actually. I have one that's a cherry, and I have one that's a bow. I love my those ones you can actually see, though, and I haven't quite put them up yet. But I don't have like one with my name on it or anything like that. but I do have an intro song, you know, and I do me. I was the first to have one of those, but unfortunately it was too bright, you know, and it doesn't say my channel name, it just says do epic shit, because that's what I wanted, like, for you guys, is to like live life, like do epic shit. It doesn't have to be dangerous, but do epic shit in your life, because you live one time. That's it. One time, one singular time. I still have it's right here on my desk collecting dust, actually. That's the other thing, is she doesn't even know how to work fucking YouTube herself. How the fuck is she gonna teach anybody else how to do it when she doesn't even know how to fucking do it? Like, are we for real right now? I can't. Right. I can't listen to anyone, so I have to wiretap everyone. That's probably what he really means. That's his next excuse. Is in his diary of a Wimpy Sewer Turtle is, you know, I don't listen very well, so that's why I have to illegally record everyone and then use it as blackmails, because they don't listen so good.
As I could. And, you know, I'm like, I'm going to forget everything. Like, so what? It's like a full-time job, dude. It's like all this shit. I'm worried I'm going to fuck it up.
Aiden, adulting is a full-time job. Imagine if you had to take care of your kids 24/7 like I do on top of adulting. I mean, wow, that would like be double Superman adulting, wouldn't it? You know, parents are expected to do a lot. Like, we're expected to do a lot as human beings, right? But especially parents, the parents who do the 24/7 caring for their children, like, we're doing a whole lot of adulting, and people expect that we're Superwoman or Superman. We're not. We're one person. We're not Superwoman. We're not Superman. We're one person. But imagine, he's overwhelmed with just having like to unbox and put together things that people buy him. He's bitching about how much recycling he has and that he needs to put new things on his wish list, right? That he shit on wish lists before that. But now that it benefits him because he's moved and he saw that I moved, now it's okay to have one because, you know, he said so, right? I mean, if that doesn't go and show the hypocrisy alone, I don't know what really does at that point, right? He could make fun of anybody else with a wish list with much smaller channels. The fact that he's even trying to like compare larger channel to smaller channel is fucking crazy to me. Okay, number one. Number two, right? To be fair, I tell my husband all the time, I'm like, you are a 36-year-old toddler, sir. He's like, yeah. I'm your 36-year-old toddler. I'm like, yeah, touche, you are, sir. You are. I do love my 36-year-old toddler. He is a big baby, but he is a mess, dude. All right. He's a mess. And I'm like, sir, I am not your maid. Like, shit. Put it in the fucking, don't leave it next to the goddamn laundry basket. Put it in the laundry basket. Put the seat down in the middle of the night. I don't want to see it up. Right? Toddler. But my husband would never behave in the manner that this psychotic psycho, like, I'm sorry, my husband would be sleeping with one fucking eye open. Like, no. No. He's worse than a toddler. My nieces and nephews act more mature than him. Oh my God, she doesn't even know what an overlay. So how the fuck are you going to teach anybody how to do anything if you don't even know what a goddamn overlay is? I can't. I fucking can't. I can't. Yeah, I thought about that too, but I didn't know how that would really look. I would have to like nail it to like I don't know. I don't even know how that would work. You know? Oh, you work for Kate and Jason and Obach? Oh, well, you know, the conspiracies, they get deeper and deeper, you know? I can't, right? He can't do anything for himself, though, because you have to remember, for his entirety of his life, it was either his mother or his wife that did it for him. He doesn't know how to adult. Imagine having to adult. You're overwhelmed with, like, cooking yourself dinner or ordering yourself dinner and putting together fucking things people bought you. You're overwhelmed with calling, what, a pool company and having them open your fucking pool? Like, oh, adulting, that's too hard for said turtle to adult. Got it.
That, the listening is a weakness.
We know.
So I recorded as much as I could. And,
okay.
you know, I'm like, I'm going to forget everything. Like, so what? It's like a full-time job, dude. It's like all this shit. I'm worried I'm going to fuck it up.
Good, I hope you do. I hope you fuck up your whole pool and you have to pay 30 grand to fix it. I hope you do that, sir. And then I hope that you cry to your audience that they need to pay the 30 grand, because if they don't, your pool is now going to help save Karen Reed. It's going to get justice for John. Your pool is going to be important to getting justice for John O'Keefe, because make no mistake, he would somehow integrate that money into that, because that is what he does. All right. No, it's also not telling someone he's recording. That has always been sketchy. And if someone were to sue him based on that, they might win, because it's meant to be to not tell you that he's recording you, right? Live to tape isn't, I am recording this conversation. That is not giving enough information for someone to decide to hang up because you're recording. You know what I mean? Like, right. I remember that too. Someone was like, are you recording this? So it's like, at that point, anything you had recorded then is illegal wiretapping because they still didn't know, right? That's not, no. It's gross at this point. He does it on purpose. That's on purpose, you know? Oh, absolutely. He always has people do stuff from it. He told me he had somebody on Fiverr make him his turtle chat link from like Bangladesh. That's who made him his turtle chat link. You want to know who made my link? Me. I figured it out on my own. You know, he does need someone to shut his cabinet doors. My husband knows that shit drives me nuts. Like, dude, do you live in a barn? Shut the fucking cabinet. Shut the goddamn cabinet. Heart rage, my fucking mouth. Shut the cabinet. The kids do it too. And I'm like, do you guys not know how to get something out of the cabinet and then close it? Like, you open it, you got to close it. Exactly. Everything he touches turns to poop. Make no mistake, that will happen again. I mean, it's, again, what he does. Like, it's what he fucking does. There's no if, ands, or fucking buts about it. Listening, check. Doesn't do that. Doesn't know how. Like, what the fuck? I can't. I cannot. Ooh, gotta love some sage. Natalie Diane is right. Sage is amazing. Everyone should have some. I have some sage. Aiden's whole house should be sage. He's just fucking bad energy altogether. You know? I can't. Bad energy. Oh boy. This is a good point. The disruptor says, when you break it all down and peel it all back, all this stuff with the recording becoming public because of Purple Kool-Aid fell in love with Olivia and wanted to call Flipper Dick a psycho in a show of dominance. Wild what's happened since. Aiden's allies are the worst. That's the other thing. These people that Aiden surrounds himself with are, again, just they're super fans. They're super fans of the super fan blogger. Okay? And make no mistake, he will allow anybody to lie for him, gaslight for him. But some of the people that he picks are just fucking insane. Like, they are going to embarrass him and themselves as they always end up doing. You know, I can't. So Lana points out, has TV ever shown a single bill for any defense fund he's operated? The answer is no. No, he has not. Nope. Absolutely not. Oh, here we go. This says, here he is talking to someone who needed Turtle Boys cult members to pay her bills. Oh yeah, I remember this. Is this Brandy? Not Boston Brandy. Even though she knew he's a psychopath, but definitely listened to them about the facts and shit. Yeah, this was Brandy Churchwell back in the day saying, like, and this is when she was involved in the Karen Reed case and Aiden. She said, when I saw for the first time the way TV acted and the way some of the Free Karen Reed people acted and saw that their goal and mine isn't the same, I stopped interacting with them because my goals and theirs aren't the same. But regardless, the Free Karen Reed cult supports my pod, and that's how I pay my bills. I have a lot of debt. If I call out TV for being a psychopath, they will turn on me and do what they do to all his enemies. Okay, cool. We all knew that, Brandy, but some of us still had this thing. What's that called again, guys? Oh, boundaries, ethics, self-fucking-respect. Yeah, the money is nice. We all need to pay our bills. I need to pay my bills too. I haven't really made shit today, right? I mean, it's the simple truth. But I have this thing called boundaries and ethics, and there is no fucking chance in hell I'm ever going to simp and back someone like that just because their viewers, quote, pay my bills. That I am going to be disingenuous with my own audience for a couple extra fucking dollars. It's not happening. I mean, what point do these people get any self-respect? And then you have the audacity to sit there and talk about other people while you're actively simping for a lunatic hurting people's lives. What the fuck is wrong with some of these people? I don't understand it. I don't fucking get it. The whole thing is a fucking godforsaken clown show. The whole kit and caboodle. I just don't quite fucking understand it. I don't get it. I mean, see, that's the thing now. Part of it, like, is an act, but most of it is actually who Aiden is, right? Some of these other people, it's an act, right? Yeah, I don't know if she's on anymore. I have no idea if she's on anymore, but she stayed on for quite a long time after that tweet. Quite a long time after that tweet. And so, she made quite a pretty penny after that. I can't get it. I just never, I don't think I'll ever understand it, probably. God, hope I don't get appendicitis of the elbow. Fucking hilarious. I just will never get it. I don't think I will ever understand why people do what they do. I just don't. It is a fucking fuck show. A fuck show. A fuck show. I can't, I just don't get it. I really, 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 really don't. Aww. I totally, I like wrestling, and I totally forgot that China had passed away for a long time, 10 years ago now, but wow, it's been 10 years. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Tennis elbow. Like, what the, dude, try adulting like most of us every day, okay? Like, try adulting like the rest of us, and then tell me how you feel at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make, yeah, they did, I agree. Just doesn't make sense. It just fucking doesn't. Oh God, these clowns, I can't. I mean, I'm not, no, just no, just absolutely fucking no. No, 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 no. No, absolutely not. Uh-uh. I just don't understand why. Like, I know what they get out of it. Is it? Wait, didn't they already have a season 4? Wasn't there like 6 seasons or something like that? Or are these new ones? They're losing such from loyal people for being biased. It's just that we leave. It's just that we leave quietly. Yeah, I mean, I get that, but at the same time, like, they have enough to make up for it, right? They have enough to make up for the nonsense. And so that is the part that really gets me. I don't get why some of these people, I just don't get it. I just don't fucking understand it. I really, really don't. I think at some point, oh, hold on.
This has really brought me back. I'm having fun doing.
I was gonna write that on a bathroom wall.
This has really brought me back. I'm having fun doing this. So, and it's just great to get back. Thank you for suing me. I mean, I want to thank them for suing me because I've been waiting for this. As you
Like, he is literally, now this is a show, because he's petrified. He knows what's in his phones. We know what's in his phones. We know that he can be asked for other things, that he'd have to spit out in discovery, that he doesn't want to give, that he knows what's in there. So I find it funny that he puts on this act of like, thank you, I'm so excited you're all suing me. No, he's not. He's fucking petrified.
you saw how excited I was for a long time about being sued. Like, I'm like, please sue me. And it couldn't have come at a better time, because it's like, well, this is only going to help with my criminal case, because we can like depose these people beforehand. We can get information on them.
No,
and,
you can't.
Find out all types of shit. Like,
but you can't find out all types of shit. See, that's what he doesn't seem to understand. That's not how it works. If it doesn't pertain to the case about you, sir, then you don't get it. That's called a fishing expedition. Even in a civil case, you don't just get all this random information about someone to use to harass them. That's not the way it works, Aiden. And he knows it's not the way it works. He's been sued enough to know that's not the way it works. But he knows that most of his audience doesn't know. He knows. Yeah, they have. They've always done that, Well, that's the other thing. A lot of the times the civil judges will say, like, we're going to put this on hold until your criminal case is over, in case there's anything there that, like, can, and vice versa. So yes, bingo, there is a scope. Otherwise, you are just fishing for shit. And they're not going to allow, with his history, him to just fish for shit and put it online. And like, I don't think he is thinking this through, or to be fair, he just doesn't care because he knows a lot of his audience is just going to believe him regardless of what the truth actually is.
All this is going to be great. So I want to thank them. No takebacks.
No takebacks. Does he think that in his mind, does he actually think it's like reverse psychology and they're just gonna be like, yeah, just kidding, we're not gonna actually sue you? Like, no, sir, that's not what's gonna happen. Sorry.
Don't get any thoughts. I just want to tell the McAlberts that, like, no takebacks.
I don't think it was a burner. I think Sean McCabe absolutely wrote that. It was a joke, right? It was a joke. He said, like, whose seaside cottage do you think I'm going to bury you underneath? Like, it was a joke. It wasn't like, they actually know the judge, and you know what I mean? Like, that's common sense. Like, it was a fucking joke. And of course, Aiden played that up as he did. But make no mistake, he has made quite a few burners and used them to frame other people so his audience didn't realize the bad that he did. So he can put it off on someone else. He's done it a million fucking times. And the fact that there's so much evidence out there already from before Karen Reed, during Karen Reed, and after Karen Reed of this exact same behavior, yet his audience is still like, it's fucking mind-blowing to me.
You did it. You sued me. No takebacks. Okay.
Yeah, they're not going to magically take the suit back, Aiden. No one's going to magically take the suit back because you said that, you fucking clown.
Okay? That's the rule. No takebacks.
Yeah,
So you have to keep suing me.
You sound so stupid. Like, this is the shit people eat up. Like, use your brain cells, people. I know you have some left.
Because now you can't leave. Now you're mine.
What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Okay? Now you're property of Bradle and Betterow.
No. You're about to be property of the corrections facility, sir. Maybe you should worry about getting some soap on a rope in there so you don't drop the motherfucking soap, right? You're going to be property of the Department of Corrections soon, sir. You need to worry about that. That's what you need to worry about, okay? Like, come on, stop it.
This has really brought me back.
I can't. Some of the shit he says is so fucking wild, right? And the sad part is he actually does believe some of this in his own head. That's the sad part. That's the sad fucking part. I just don't quite understand how low IQ you have to be to understand it. I mean, to believe some of the shit that is coming out of his mouth, you have to ignore so much. You have to ignore a lot. A lot. What is this? I don't know what this is, but we're going to hear it. Many people don't know this, and I don't like to brag, but I'm quite good friends with the notorious MMA. Anyway, I sent him some things about Dr. Turtle Boy, and he had this to say. Shout out to Connor. Nailed it.
Mr. Estrogen, what's happening? Bitch tits. Fat fucking bitch tits. Who the fuck are you? You little Bournes victim looking thing. Fuck me, man. Who scalded you with a kettle? You fat fuck. You fat nobody. You little feminine pussy of a thing. I fuck pussy, yeah? Keep my name out of your mouth, you stupid cunt. Sick of seeing your fat bone face. Scaldy, fat estrogen head. Oh my God, you can't understand what I'm saying, can you not, pal? You've got subtitles under the fucking thing saying exactly what I'm saying. So what are you saying, you little fat no-name?
I don't even know what we're doing here. What? Oh, it's Conor McGregor. Ah, got it. That's fucking hilarious. I'm sorry. Oh, God, this is great. It's great. That's fucking amazing. Keep my name out of your mouth, you stupid cunt, he said. Oh, God, that is pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, he got exactly what he asked for. You know? I can't. And it wasn't. So Kate is the first person who leaked his extraction, and Kate has already come out and said, and then there was other people who had it. And every person has said they did not get that from Meredith. They got it from other people who he sent it to. They didn't get it from Meredith. So that's the point. Is it did come from him himself. What happened was it came from him sending it to other people. That's what happened. So again, he fucked himself over, as you know, he always does, per usual. I honestly sometimes wish I could show you guys things that I possess. I just sometimes cannot. For obvious reasons, there are things I just can't show you right now. And when his cases come about, A lot of people are going to feel really fucking stupid. A lot of people are going to be like, wow, why didn't I listen to the people who warned me about him? Why did I believe anything he fucking said? And why in the actual fuck did I buy into his nonsensical bullshit? Like, why? Why? It's sad. You know, he is literally tried to compare himself to Martin Luther King. He's tried to compare himself to God and said God told him one time. Like, the shit that he says is so wild, but so cult-like. So cult-like. And if you understood what it takes to deal with a cult and the mind control and the brainwashing and the mantras that cults use to suck people in, then you would absolutely 100% understand why people fall into this trap of his. But you would also understand quickly why it would be easy for people to step outside of it for 2 seconds and be like, holy shit, I can't believe I fell for this shit. I cannot believe. I can't believe that. That's fucking crazy. Conor McGregor, he's a fighter. He's an MMA fighter, a very famous MMA fighter. He's Irish or Scottish. I think it's Irish. He's a very famous MMA fighter that most people know. So I find that funny. Oh my God. Mindful Mob made a good post here. It says, attention turtle cult. We are now FKR again. Forget the backstabbing, illegal recording, and trashing of her. Yes, TV scoffed at a civil suit, bringing justice for John O'Keefe, and now is saying it will. Your talking points are unity, justice, and John O'Keefe, and of course, blame 5150 whenever called out. Like, yeah, he leaked it. Of course he fucking leaked it. That's, again, what he does. So what he does is he sends it to people as like a brag, right? Like, look at this shit. Look at what I got. Look at what I screenshotted. Look at what they said to me. Look at what my response was, thinking it's a brag, right? And so he was probably trying to show them all the signal messages he had screenshotted between him and Karen and trying to brag about all that shit. And it, as usual, backfired. You know, he also has done things like that before where he's leaked things on purpose to then blame someone else. He's done that several times. So that's a very real possibility. My point here is that if people don't get how deranged this man is, like how diabolical, like nobody else goes to these lengths to pin things on other people just so they can hide their own bad behavior. Most people just say, you know what, I fucked up or I was wrong. I apologize, my bad. He's not capable of doing that. He is not capable. Right. And that's the thing, Magic, is that's why I feel like sometimes we have to be repetitive, because what happens is he loses like a core group of a lot of them, and then new people get sucked in. And so he bets on the new people getting sucked into it. And that is part of why the Shield Project is so important, is because the amount of people matters, right? So if you have a multitude of people working together to make sure this never happens to someone ever again, and it can get actual things done, then we can make sure people like him do not constantly use other people as a way to hide their own shit behavior, you know? Well, that's the other thing, is they're not willing to watch anything that or look at anything he tells them not to, right? This person's a villain, this person's bad, this person's lying about me, they have turtle derangement syndrome, blah, blah, blah. The fact that anybody believes that at this point, even with the multitude of evidence that exists, they'd have to actually look at that evidence, you know? They have to actually look at the evidence to go, holy shit, he's a fucking liar. But a lot of the times, even when they look at it, they make up these excuses, right? They're like, oh, you know, that's just because he had to do this, and that's just because of that, and that's just, and then people point out, well, he said that exact behavior is not okay when so-and-so did it for that exact reason. So why is it okay when he does it? And then they just have excuses, or they don't say anything. And it's like, in that moment, as a human, you have to be like, why am I making excuses for this man? Why? Why am I just defending everything he says and does when I don't really know? He can tell me he didn't. 75 other people can say he didn't, but do I really know? No, you don't. The answer is, of course you don't. Of course you fucking don't. You're not going to. You're not going to. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up because I'm getting hungry. I am getting hungry. All right, let's see. I think what we're going to do is 11 o'clock tomorrow. I have early doctor's appointment in the morning to deal with this pain in my legs. And then I'll be home before 10. So I think we're gonna do 11-ish, 11:30 the latest for tomorrow. Do me a favor on your way out, hit the like button if you can. If you're catching me on the restream, it's nice to see you. I missed you guys. If you can support the channel, please, please, let's have more talks, okay, about the Shield Project. It's important to me. I know it's got to be important to any victim of anything like this, and the Shield Project is important. It's important so that we can get some accountability, we can change some things so that this doesn't keep happening to people, right? This does a lot of damage in people's lives. I've lived it. I still live it with the harassment of these people every fucking day. And the whole purpose of that is to get me to go away and shut up, right? That's the whole purpose. And I can't do it alone, right? I need help. Oh, I love Buc-ee's so much. I love Buc-ee's. Oh, the almonds, those are my favorite. I like the Boston ones, of course. You gotta get the roasted peanuts, roasted cashews. Those are delicious. But if you can support the channel, there's one of a bunch of different ways. Subscribing, liking, those are free. Sharing, commenting on the video, commenting in the live chat. Those are free ways to help out the channel. Be here when we live stream. Catch us on the restream. Comment on that. It's all a huge help. If you can support the channel, there's a bunch of different ways to do so. We have Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. We have an Amazon wish list. It's in the description of the video. We have Revolut, Chime. We have a link there for credit or debit. It's in the description. It's also pinned to the top of the chat. And let's talk more. Let's, put the Shield Project out there. It's all the information for it is in the description of the video here today anyway. I love your stinking faces. I'll see y'all tomorrow. You, YBE, you get there safely, my friend. I want a DM from you when you get there to know that you're there. Enjoy Buc-ee's. I'd be in there for the next hour and a half buying the funny signs that go on my wall. I have one that I got from there that says, fuck around and find out 24/7, mom 24/7. I love it. All right, I love your stinking faces. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.